ages. Oi, you know what the score is. Come on, we've had our weekend of fun. You know, now the sun's gone out, bit cloudy out here. The mood's a little bit miserable around the place because it's a Monday. Everyone's been back to work. You've got 4 days left. But to bring a smile on all of your wonderful faces in the world-class chat is, of course, DJB, Shane and Normski, and unfortunately myself as well. Sorry, I'm here too. But hopefully we can put a smile on your face today for our classic OGs Monday show. And here to as well put a smile on our face is my brother DJB to my right, as always, my right-hand man. How are you doing, my friend?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah. Good night. Not a bad day today. So, yeah, all good. Looking forward to the Monday night. This is one of my favourite shows. It's great, always great to be sharing the screen with Normski and yourself and Shane. And yeah, it's the one show that I look forward to. It's just nice. It's just nice. And when the season gets underway, I'm sure it'll be even better. Yeah.
No, buzzing, man. Do you know what as well? It's like as Mikel Arteta would say, it's my favourite show of the week as well to host and to be on. It gives me goosebumps, guys. And do you know what? It gives me goosebumps when I've got legends like Shane as well on, man. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, I'm just glad it's just goosebumps that I'm giving you, man, because you know, don't want to be getting too zesty on here, but no, listen, man. No, big up, Brad. I'm the same as DJB. I look forward to these Monday nights. It's become a staple now, and you know, it's always a joy to come on. And for once, we have some good news. So we won't have to just say, I'll still find fault with it. Don't you worry. But you know what I mean. That's what we're here for. But obviously, thanks for having me on, man. Thanks for having me. Big up to Normski, DJB, yourself, and the world-class chat, of course.
Yeah, no, of course. Come on, man. And last but not least is our geezer at the bottom there, Normski. Thank you as well for always gracing us with your wonderful presence, my friend. How are you doing on this excellent Monday evening?
Yeah, no, all good. I say the good news is Gyökeres is almost, we pray, over the line. Zubimendi's over the line, and yeah, big up to the chat, big up to the panel as well. And I'd like to think that I'm not going to give you goosebumps, but hives.
Cheers, mate. The hives are coming in there. Like, something about Mary Geezer. Like, do you know the film where he sees her and he starts scratching and he gets all the lumps on her? Yeah, that'd be me. Thank you very much. Hospital trip for me soon then. But do you know what? I was going to start off with Gyökeres, but it's a bit too easy. I will get into that. But what I sort of wanted to start off with is like a Mikel Arteta sort of thing, yeah. So the summer window is possibly going to plan according to all the top gooners. I actually said at the start of the window, and I think a lot of us are all in agreement, maybe give or take 1 or 2 players. But I've always said and been consistent that Arsenal Football Club needed to bring 10 players in. Now, if you believe that we're going to be signing all the positions and all the talks that we're going to be signing in, you'd have assumed that we're going to get a crapper Arrizabalaga going to come in. You're going to have that Mosquera. You're also then going to have your Norgard, Zubimendi, a winger, whether that's going to be Madueke or Rodrygo, probably the former, to be fair. There's 5. And of course, you know, you've got your Gyökeres in there. There's 6 or 7 players, you know, that we're already supposed. And Eze, of course, was the other one. There's your 7. I've always thought 10. So I don't believe that is actually that far realistic into what we are literally realistically doing. But I wanted to sort of take this point, yeah, because let's just say, for argument's sake, we do get 7 or 8 players and the names in mention, yeah? Give or take the Madueke Gyökeres thing, whatever. I'm happy to wear on that. We've got the best defence in the world, apparently, according to Top Gooners. MLS, the second coming of Ashley Cole. We've got Zubimendi now in as well, by the way, who is also the best number 6 in the world. Everyone was after him, including Real Madrid, and we beat all of them. We beat the rest of Europe to Zubimendi. Best number 6 on the planet. Declan Rice has found his calling at number 8, of course. Now, Captain Coward, a.k.a. No Shoulder Guard, will have Saka, a rejuvenated Saka, Starboy, and a shiny new left winger, you'd have thought. A shiny new striker in front of him. So the creative spark that is Martin Odegaard should, of course, be then getting the best out of these attacking players. I believe he should be getting 15 assists, maybe in 10 goals, Odegaard, next season. So no excuses left for that little wank stain. You've got Gyökeres through the door, so goals won't be a problem, by the way. Goals won't be a problem. Starboy's just going to be Starboy. And like we said, a shiny new winger, which means surely Arsenal are set to launch a siege on the Premier League title next season. That's all well and good, ladies and gentlemen, yeah? But there's only one thing that stands in our way, and his name is Mikel Arteta. Now, having said all of that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to what we think, right? Because I reckon, well and good having that squad, yeah? And it wouldn't be a bad window, and we'll get into that as well in a little bit. But if Arteta is not willing to change his tactics, this shiny new squad means absolutely nothing, does it, ladies and gentlemen? And I'm going to ask this to my panelists first. DJB, does Mikel have to change his tactics? Should we get these players in? Or will he even change them, bro?
Well, he's 100% got to change his tactics, without a doubt, because Gyökeres being playing up front, he's going to want to lead from the front. He's not going to be able to play this defensive system that he plays. My biggest problem, and I said this to Shane earlier on, and Shane said it to me earlier on, is it wouldn't surprise me if this guy will still try and tinker. If we don't bring in a left winger, it wouldn't surprise me if he goes and puts Gyökeres out on the left and plays Havertz down the middle. That would be an Arteta classic move, that would, because he done it with Aubameyang. Played Aubameyang out on the left, and we all know what happens there. So don't be surprised if he tries to do something out of the ordinary. But what he has got to do, he's got to certainly get the ball getting forward a lot quicker. He's got to get men from midfield running beyond defenders to open up the space for the likes of Gyökeres. Saka's got to probably take 1 or 2 touches less, and he's got to look for Gyökeres a little bit earlier. So he's got to get balls into the box a lot quicker. And then if the left winger does come in, he's got to do the same. So yeah, he's 100% got to change his tactics. But the problem is that we've been asking him to do this for a couple of seasons now, especially in big games, semi-finals and everything else. You have to change it. You've got to change your in-game management. You've got to change your way you play. You can't keep playing this system all the time. Sometimes, you've got to outfox the opposition, the opposition's coach. And this is what this manager's failed to do on numerous occasions. Now, listen, I'm excited that we're bringing in these sort of players. I'm excited that Gyökeres is coming. He's the best of the bunch.
Yeah.
He's no Dennis Bergkamp. He's no Thierry Henry. But at the end of the day, he is the best that's out there on paper. And we're getting him. If we can get Rodrygo in alongside him, that'd be even better. But I'm leaning towards Eze. And I'm not saying Eze is a better player than Rodrygo. I just think that realistically, we've got a better chance of getting Eze than Rodrygo. So for me, I think whoever he brings in, he has to change the way he plays. And he had to change the way he plays regardless of who he brings in. Even if we never got a Gyökeres, even if we didn't get Zubimendi, he had to change the way he plays because managers have sussed him out. No team comes to the Emirates anymore fearful of us. There's not one team in that Premiership that comes to the Emirates and goes, lads, if we can get away with a draw, we're lucky. They come to the Emirates thinking we might be able to get 3 points here.
Yeah.
I've seen it. See it with West Ham, see it with Brighton. Leicester gave it a go. Southampton gave it a go in spells last season. We've had teams rock up at the Emirates and in large proportions of the game outplay us and nearly get something out of it. And on some occasions, they have got something out of it. So he definitely needs to change the style he plays, no matter who he gets coming in. And this is what he's got to do. And for me, the jury's out on him, Aaron. I've said it all along. It's not the players that are coming into the club I'm fearful of. It's the person that's absolutely coaching them. That's the one I'm fearful of.
Yeah.
You know? And if he doesn't play the right system, if he plays players out of position, then Gyökeres ain't going to score 20 plus goals. Simple as that. He ain't going to score 20 plus goals. And this is not me being negative because, you know, I want a new manager at the football club. This is just me looking at what I see when I go and watch Arsenal play live with my own eyes. I'm looking over to the manager and I'm going, right, what are you going to do now? Because nothing's changed. 20 minutes has gone by, nothing's changed. 30 minutes has gone by, nothing changed. Gets to half time, comes out at half time, nothing changes. And this is what's got to happen next season. Hopefully he will. He's got to. If he's going to put Gyökeres down the middle, if he's going to play him as a centre forward like he should be doing, he's going to have to change the way he plays. If not, don't be surprised if he don't end up on the left wing.
Yeah, no, thanks. Just before I bring Shane in on the same thing, I just want to say big up to the world-class chat. Smash them likes right up, please. It makes a massive, big old difference. Also, all the guys' links here are pinned. So if you're not going to do that, at least go and give all of these guys a cheeky subscribe because they double deserve it. Big up to Thunder Road. COYG's in the building. Gyökeres, big up to you. We got Sully in the building. The king of the merch. You know what I mean? Especially with that stripy shirt, it absolutely looks the bollocks on him. Honestly, I'm telling you. What a geezer. Big up to you, Sully. We've got Darren Martin in the building. Big up to you, bruv. Who else we got in here? Well, obviously, we've got DJ Beard written in the chat. Irvine, big up to you, man. We got Sweet Marie in the building. How we doing? Wahaha. Here we are. How are you? Darren Martin, big up. We got Paris in the building. Fozzie, big up to you. Who else we got? DN, big up panel and chat. How you doing, man? Big up to you. And we got nice one, brother. Big up Dow to you, man. Always nice and grateful for you to stop by. We love a bit of Dow, don't he? Oregon. Yeah, Shane, basically copy and paste to you with what I said to DJB. Do you know what I mean? It's all well and good having this shiny new squad, possibly, that we're going to line up with next season. It's all about how you manage it.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. And that's the key word. Because we don't have someone that can manage it. We mentioned the greatest defence. Our defence is good. But I said this to DJ earlier. Gabriel's coming back after what will equate to being 6 months out from a grade 3 hamstring. It might have been better for him to come back, you know, in the middle of a season when he could be edged back in for first team football. He's going to come straight back into first team football, away to Man United. If he starts, which if he can walk, he'll start. It's going to take him a while to get up to speed. Saliba had a calf and a hamstring right at the end of the season. And it's, to me, it's clear he doesn't want to be here. Timber won't be fit. Ben White might not be fit. And Lewis Skelly isn't the left back. So the defence that we did have, to me, is not the same anymore. It might be later on in the season, but we'll be too far behind by then. We've mentioned Gyökeres. With our tactics, if they stay the same, he won't get 15 goals. Right? The difference is he's the only upgrade that I see so far. He's the only upgrade that we've made. Yeah. But we could have signed 36-year-old Jamie Vardy and it would be an upgrade because he's an actual striker. And we haven't had one for 4 years. Someone said to me recently, oh, but we had Aubameyang back then. Well, we didn't have him as a striker because he was being played out the wing. So he wasn't a striker. This manager, I have zero faith in him. Absolutely zero faith in him. If we sign Gyökeres, if we sign Eze and Madueke, and we already have Zubimendi and Norgard and Kepa, all of them, I still stand by my we won't get top 4 next season, struggle to get 5th. I stand by that completely and utterly because I said that even before the transfer window, not knowing who we'd get. Yep. It goes down to the teams that are improving, and it goes down to the fact that apart from Gyökeres, we haven't improved, and we were miles off it last season. Miles off it. Don't let the league finish. I know no one here lets the league finish trick them, but to other people that buy into it, don't let that trick you because every season is a continuation of the last, and we were staggering over the line. Chelsea were getting stronger. Chelsea will get a keeper. You can be rest assured that they'll get a keeper. They have 2 new strikers. Liverpool. They've properly strengthened. They've strengthened positions which we might even consider they needed to strengthen. We thought they had one of the best midfields around. Still strengthened it. They will get a striker too, I'd imagine. I can imagine that they will sign a striker. With the Gyökeres thing, we've said he needs to change his tactics. He had already planned with the Zubimendi thing to slow our play down even more. That was his plan, was to slow it down even more. Then the Sesko thing was just another Havertz, so he'll fit into the system. This is going to throw him all out of kilter now. And I'm delighted. I'm delighted that Bertha went, look, I'm not playing around with Leipzig anymore. They're pissing me off. I'm going to get you the striker that I wanted. Here you go. Oh, but guys, I wanted shut it. This is what you're having. This is what you're using. And this is what Bertha does. Last summer, we went for Sesko. He said he wanted to stay. Did we have someone like a Bertha to say, well, I'm going to get you a different striker? No, we had an Edu who said, whatever you want, Mikel. Whatever you want. I'll wait. Get me a defensive midfielder and a defender. He didn't have someone to go, no, that's not happening. You wanted a striker and getting your striker. That's what's happened this summer. Arteta will come out and say all the right things. We've wanted them for years. We've monitored them for years. He'll make sure it sounds like they were watching them before Bertha was here. I've always wanted him. He suit our system. All this stuff. He'll leave a door open going, he needs to learn how to adapt to us and all that sort of stuff. He'll leave the door open to drop him. But because there's no way he can't come out and say, I didn't want him. I mean, we all know no manager would ever do that. I didn't want him. No manager's going to say that. So he's going to have to find a way to squeeze him in. He won't be able to. It shouldn't be squeeze him in. It should be, okay, guys, let's get back for summer training. Now we have Gyökeres. And then this is what you do when he makes a run. It won't work that way, though. He'll be trying to tell this guy how to make runs. He'll be trying to make him trap. People are forgetting as well that, Havertz hamstring snapped from having to track back all the time. Gyökeres could get injured at any stage. Gyökeres could break down with an injury. Gyökeres can get sent off. Gyökeres could miss games. Gyökeres might not hit the ground running. Do you know what? When I was about 8 or 9, if we made a big... I got gassed about Eddie McGoldrick, man. I got gassed about Eddie McGoldrick when we signed him because I was 8 or 9 and we paid a decent bit of money for him. So I'd never seen him play, really, because I was only a kid. But I got gassed. Yeah, Eddie McGoldrick's going to be the best player in the world. That's what these guys are like, these top gooners, and they're adults. They're adults, and they
39.
They say they're adults, and they say, oh, well, if we get a striker, we're going to win the lot. But it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. He might not suit the system. He might not hit the ground running. And even if he does, the rest of our team is weaker than it was. Saka won't be fully fit. Rice could easily go down with an injury. He's going to be doing twice as much running. Zubimendi has to get used to the league. We could have Madueke out the left. I mean, they don't seem to realise these things. And they just say, okay, get him a striker and everything's fixed. Injury problems go away. Wages go away. Unhappy players. It all goes away. The manager being shit. It all goes away. I'm certain, as much as I can be, in my opinion, that we will do worse next season than we did last season. Gyökeres or not. So, am I gassed about getting Gyökeres? Yes, for the sheer reason that, and I'll finish on this, for the sheer reason that if Arteta gets sacked, when a new manager comes in, he has a top striker to finally get the best out of him. But I did see something today that was sent to me that, according to, I think it was Ornstein, that the board don't feel the way some of the fans do, that Arteta's under no pressure to get a trophy.
I've got something. Yeah. We'll definitely be coming into that very, very, very soon.
Wow.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, that is literally the next thing.
Sorry.
And also after that, no, you're all good. We haven't delved into it, but yeah, it's almost a shame it weren't you doing the last thing, because we'd have just hooked straight into it.
Would have been beautiful.
We'll get obviously Norm's thing in there, but I will just say for the 88 people watching, big up to every single one of you world-class so-and-sos. I have got a new merch watch. There is new merch ready to land. Wait, and we'll do it later on in the show. Wait till you see the disaster of shit that they will be peddling out in that club store. Don't you worry about that. We've got that coming very, very, very soon.
Darren's getting excited already in the chat, mate. Sully's getting excited. He can't wait.
Honestly, it's right up your fucking street, Sully. Don't worry about that, mate. Just quickly as well, big up to Suge. And he's saying, big up Adam, big up Sean, Big up DJB and big up Normski in the
Big
chat.
up,
Come on,
Suge,
man. Big up
Come
to
on.
the Suge. Hit the like and subscribe to the entire panel. You are double kind, Suge. Our brother from down under. The only team scared to play at the Emirates is Arsenal. And you know what? It has been that way for
100%.
time, really,
That's
to
a
be
great
fair,
point.
brother. But come on, man. You're always supporting all of the channels, man. Everywhere. Suge, you're an absolute superstar. Big up to you, brother. Thank you very much for the super chat. You are too kind. And please hang around for this merch drop because holy shit, it's a disaster. And I mean, it's one of the worst I've ever seen. But Normski, yeah, taking that out of our heads. So obviously, you know, what we were getting at to Fresh, because a few new people joined in. We were basically talking about it's all well and good Arsenal signing Madueke/Rodrygo. It's all well and good us getting the best number 6 on the planet, Zubimendi. Apparently, even though no one else was after him, apparently Real Madrid was. Otherwise, he'd be there, wouldn't he? We got Gyökeres up top. I'm buzzing about it. We've got all of these new signings. Mosquera, you know, Norgard. I mean, what a player. He's going to be Brentford's captain. You know, we've also got Crapariza who gives a toss. Come in the building. We've got all of these shiny new players, a shiny new squad. But we've still got the same old manager. I don't know about you, bud. If we play anywhere near with the same tactics of the last 18 months, borderline makes no difference what squad he's got, what personnel he's got. It's all about what he does with it, isn't it? The manager.
I mean, we might as well just forget it if that's the case. I mean, look, at the end of the day, he's been paid world-class money in 15.6 million. So I do expect him to make some changes in terms of his tactics with the players that he's brought in. And I'm glad that we have seen an actual number 9 coming in. I mean, you know, I'm hearing over the internet and over social media that Arsenal have finally done their due diligence in getting a striker in. I mean, look how long we've been trying to get a striker since Aubameyang, and now everybody's getting gassed. You know, we've got this striker. Now that we've got this striker, because everybody has been deprived of a natural number 9, all of a sudden now we can win the league. It doesn't work like that, guys. It certainly doesn't. There's a lot more to do. So, right, bringing in the gunman. As I said, I don't know whether Arteta is able to handle a Glock 9. That's what some people are saying, the Glock 9, because it might have a certain recoil on it, and I don't know if he's used to using those kind of guns. Yeah. So, I mean, he was obviously going for Sesko. That's more like a spud gun or one of those little, you know, remember them guns back in the day? You remember that we used to put the little things in the top of it? And that's the sort of gun. That's the sort of gun that Arteta likes. You know what I mean? That's the sort of gun he likes. But look, we've got in Gyökeres, but Arteta needs to change the way he plays.
Facts.
And we have to go back to 2022-23 season where that's the sort of football that we need to see happening. Now, we know that Arteta ain't going to do that. As you said earlier on, Aaron, they brought in Zubimendi, or Shane said it, just to slow down the game. Literally just to slow down the game. And that's what it is at the moment. It's not, we need to get that ball up to Gyökeres as quick as possible. He likes ball to feet. None of this high ball going over the top and long throws and all of that. We've got to get the ball to him as quick as possible because he plays on the last man. All right. And so therefore we need to move the ball a lot quicker. Now, if we're going to keep going into a season the way we've played in the last 2 seasons, which is literally Iran football, then, you know, just forget it. And but we know the excuses, or what the excuses are going to be. You know, these top gooners that they're going to say, you know, he needs time. You know, needs time to do what? Right? He has to hit the ground running. You know, Zubimendi's coming. He has to hit the ground running. Unfortunately, we haven't got a decent enough midfielder next to him in that sense to help him integrate himself in there. Obviously, that bloke that we all know who's now left the club, we won't say his name, the ex-Arsenal player has now left the building. We'll see what happens there. But I'm looking at solutions, IT solutions here, in terms of how can we work this out in terms of having a nice integration for Zubimendi. And it might be an idea to maybe play Zubimendi as a double pivot, especially when you go away to different away grounds. Play Declan Rice longer, because Declan Rice came in as a number 6. Now he's playing as a number 8.
He needs legs.
He needs legs. You definitely need legs in that midfield. And I make the
Jorginho needed Kante in that double pivot.
Exactly. So we need to address that because the midfield area is the really key area. If we want to do anything in this league, the midfield has to be sorted out. You know, Gyökeres can't do it by himself. And the suggestion would probably to try and get another proper left back in, one that, you know, that knows what it is to play as a left back, and maybe bring Lewis Skelly into that midfield. But as we know, Arteta ain't going to do that. He's going to rely on Calafiori to come back, who's never fit. And personally speaking, I can't see him playing as a left back because he was bought, as I said, as a left-sided centre back. He's not agile enough, not quick enough for me. One-on-one, you know, when he's got one-on-one, a tricky winger, you know, we're seeing him exposed loads of times. So we have to sort out that midfield area. I still feel there's a lot of areas that needs to be sorted out. You said it earlier on, 10 players really are required. We're not going to get those 10 players. Yeah. And then, you know, they're talking about spending £50 million on Rodrygo. What we're doing? Yeah, that's a waste of money. You don't want to be buying a player that's just going to come in and just be a backup. Just if you're going to go and spend that kind of money, go and get a decent player that will give Saka competition, not somebody that is just going to be second fiddle to him.
Norms, do you know what? Can I just jump in there ever so quick with that? We've Madueke, especially for the price, I don't even think raises that much of a level from Reece Nelson, who's coming back on loan. No, honestly, I really don't. Now, some people might think that's a bit critical, but when you deep it, is he that much of a floor raiser? He's not, is he? Really? Well, I mean, when you look at that, I mean, it's all sort of well and good as well getting that. Do you know what will be my biggest sort of what's the word? Be my biggest frustration maybe with that deal, and just in itself is very, very, very big frustration of mine. But what pissed me off even more is if Rodrygo actually does become available, and we've already spent 55 million on Madueke, and they say, well, we can't afford him now because we've spent XYZ. That's what will really do me. That's what really, really, really pissed me off with the Madueke signing more than anything, that they've let that money go there. Well, I mean, I really don't. I'm sort of with Shane. Me and him have sort of said a lot of the times we don't think we're getting Rodrygo. Yeah. But if he does become available, that's one transfer I'm actually willing to wait for, you know, because I appreciate it's going to be very, very, very difficult to do. Maybe there is some scope for him to be available, and I'd like us to be in the mix, of course. But if Arsenal was to get an Eze in, a Gyökeres in, and all these other players, I'd actually be a little bit more patient in terms of, I totally get that you can't always get everyone done. And I'll be a bit more patient because you've got the core of your business done. But do you share the same sort of things with me? Obviously
with the Rodrygo situation, I mean, there's loose links with Liverpool as well. PSG as well. City, so basically, and Bayern as well. So with the injury to what's the guy that was just done his own ankle, Musiala. So the problem. I think the problem what we've got with Rodrygo is that if we end up wasting our money on another Wakey, then forget Rodrygo. Do you know what I mean? And if Diaz ends up going to Barcelona, then there's a chance that he could go to Liverpool. So
I know. So do you think that we'd even be bothering with Madueke and getting this close to it if we had any chance whatsoever of Rodrygo? I don't think we'd be pushing this hard. I think we'd keep her on tenterhooks. There's no need when he's at the Club World Cup. We could have held that off. Yeah. I think the Rodrygo thing is just a smokescreen. It's to make it look like we're going for all ways. But I'll put it to you this way: imagine we did get Rodrygo, right, and we got Eze, and we already have Gyökeres, and we already have Zubimendi and Orano. I mean, remember when Forest came up and they signed a rake of players? They nearly went back down. When you have that many new players, we should not be in this situation that we need to sign 7 or 8 players. And I'm not even talking about backups. We're talking about 3 or 4 players to go straight into the first team. Zubimendi into the first team, a left winger into the first team, a striker into the first team. It's craziness that it's gotten to this point.
Really. I mean, well, that's what I'm saying. So you've got to ask yourself, what have we been doing the last 5-6 years since this manager? We've bought in Dad.
But he doesn't get called out on it, Norms. He doesn't get called out on it. Why not the press mentioning this? Why aren't the press saying that Arsenal are having to do this? Ridiculous. They're acting like we're signing all these players to challenge the first team. Loads of these are coming in to start. And it's not being mentioned. If it was another manager, it'd be getting pelters, absolute pelters for doing this.
No, do you know what? I said this the other day. We're acting as if like we're doing something out of the ordinary. This should have been done years ago. We should have only had to have signed 1 or 2 players. This should have been done years ago. Now it's being done, and everyone's like, "Oh, look what he's doing! It's marvelous! Look what Arsenal are doing! They're moving like a big club."
Moving mad.
What it is that we're forced to do it because we've failed in years gone by. We are now in a situation where we are forced into having to do all of this business and spend all of this money, and I think if we're serious about Rodrygo, we would not, and I agree, we would not even be considering Madueke, because we could get into a bidding war with Rodrygo. There's going to be other clubs coming in for him. We're not going to be able to snatch him away willy-nilly. There's going to be 3 or 4 other clubs in for Rodrygo.
No way we
now, if you spent 45, 50 million on Madueke, that cuts down your bidding skills by half. So if we were serious about Rodrygo, then we wouldn't even be considering Madueke. I honestly think Madueke's coming.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Is he going to be the left winger, D?
I think we've got to get our heads around the fact that Martinelli could be going out of the door. And I know Arsenal fans are not going to like it, but that's a fact. I think we need to sell. We need to sell in order for us to get the team in the door that we need. And Martinelli is definitely high on that list. I think they're just waiting for offers.
The only sellable asset.
I think, I mean, Fabrizio came out and said that it's a wide of the mark. The likelihood is probably Trossard is the one that's going to be the one that's going to go. But we wouldn't get much.
Did you get for him?
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying.
I think you're talking what 25, 20. What Trossard? 25 mil for Trossard.
I think you'd be looking to get 20.
It's 30,
you're looking at, if you really push it, you're probably looking at about what 55, something like that for Martinelli.
Yeah.
What the problem is his wages. Yeah, it's his wages. That's the problem. Because you've got a guy that's on £180,000 a week. It's ridiculous.
I mean,
handcuffed again.
He has to go out the door. But I'm already got my head around the fact that Madueke's coming to Arsenal.
Johnny, I'll read it out in a sec, Johnny. I haven't ignored it. Sorry, Shane. I haven't ignored that super chat, Johnny. I'll read it back out.
It's just that if we were to get rid of Martinelli and get in Madueke, right, that means that our wingers would be Saka and Madueke out one side, or Trossard and Reece Nelson out the other.
It's not good enough.
Or you could put Madueke out the left.
Still not good enough.
But that's weaker. That's almost
Shane,
weaker, right?
Shane,
but the thing is,
go on. Sorry, Land, sorry.
Oh no, sorry. I just wanted to say because I know that
I'm interrupting you, bruv.
This will land with DJ. Since the Madueke rumours have started, the Eze ones have died a death.
Yeah.
So if we are going to sign Madueke and not Eze for around the same price, that means that Arteta, again, now I'll go back to the Bertha thing and I go, shit, and maybe Arteta has the power. Because Eze is a Bertha signing. That's why we were saying, he's going to put him out the left, because he just go, I don't know where to put him. I won't put him in the midfield. I'll put him out the left. If we end up with Madueke, because I think if we get Madueke, that's it for the spending, by the way. I think that's it then. I think we're done with Gyökeres and Madueke. And we're going in weak as kittens into the season.
It's just such a waste of money. I just don't get it. I really don't understand.
Apparently Arteta can see the potential, and he's very excited about, progressing him and all that.
Just at that alone, Arteta can see the potential. That fucking shits the life out of me.
I know.
Wanted him last year.
That frightens me to my fucking core, mate.
But the thing is, right, anyone watching this, Aaron, right, sorry to come in, but anyone watching this is going to go, oh, look, negative again. Getting Gyökeres in. Oh, look at them now, they're negative again. But we still need strength. We still need players. We said it way back before the season even ended. We need at least 6 or 7 players. We need a suitable backup for Saka. Yeah, which we haven't got. If we let Martinelli go and bring Madueke in, that's not really strengthened that much, is it? Some people will say that Martinelli's better than Madueke, so that ain't really strengthened that much.
Yeah.
You got Zubimendi coming in with the guy that's just left, which name we won't mention.
Yeah.
Has that been a big upgrade on that? Time will tell. The only upgrade that I can see at the moment is Gyökeres coming in as a striker. But then any striker would have been an upgrade.
Aaron.
Jamie
Vardy had come in and it'd be better than fucking Havertz.
Antonio from West Ham would have been an upgrade because he's a striker.
Yeah.
Lee Trundle out of retirement would have been an upgrade.
This is what I'm trying to say.
The thing is, we've never had a natural number 9. That's since Aubameyang, we've not had a natural number 9. And when we did, but the thing is, when we did have a natural number 9, what did he do with him?
Put him at the wing.
Put him on the left.
Then we had a natural number 8. He put him at left back.
And Shane, that is the worrying thing, is that if Gyökeres comes in, right, he's likely to go and put him out on the wing. That is the problem.
And Norgard or Zubimendi will be at right back as well.
See, everyone's forgetting. Everyone's looking at Gyökeres, right? Everyone's looking at Gyökeres,
Savior,
and everyone's absolutely. Oh, the Messiah, Gyökeres is coming in, and
he should just be called Jesus, shouldn't he?
Cured.
You may as
but
well,
you're forgetting we've still got Fabio Vieira.
Yeah,
we've still got Nelson.
Yep.
Marino.
Internal Solutions.
Come on. We've still got all these players at the football club. Do you know what I mean? The only person that we've waved the only person that's waved the white flag is Tommy Asu.
Yep.
Yeah. And he needed a hand doing that because he's so broken up. Someone to do that.
Other than that, we're still pretty much the same. We're still pretty much. There you go.
Internal Solutions, mate.
We've still got these players apart from Tommy Asu, who's waving goodbye
there he is. Hailing the taxi.
He's hailing the taxi straight to A&E, isn't he? Help.
Uber. Yeah, taxi.
You again, Tommy. The hospital I take it, isn't
it? Did I pick you up last week?
Yeah.
Still on the crutches.
Don't forget, we've got Lokonga coming back and all.
This is what I'm saying. People are forgetting this. Gyökeres is overriding the whole. Oh, we've got Gyökeres. Everything's forgiven. Everything's done. It's fine. There's no problems at all. But we've still got these players at the club. Still got them. On big money, by the way. On big wages.
Yeah. I mean, look, when you're deep at and this is what I love sort of adding up. I can't do it on screen. Let me just take this off very quickly, right? But the point you guys were making excellently, and I think we was all pining for the same point, if I'm being honest with you. We're saying about how much we're spending, which is absolutely fine. I like that we're being, or at least trying to be, it looks like we're trying to be ambitious in what we're signing. Let's add up our transfer business, shall we? Okay, cool. We've got Crapper, Arizaburn, no one gives a fuck, at 5 million, yeah? He's coming. Cool. All right, this Mosquera, that's gone up quite nicely, isn't it? Because the bids were at 12 million. Now, all of a sudden, that's creeping up to around 20s. Funny that, isn't it? So I'd probably say, let's just say they settle and we want to get him 22. I'd say let's just go for 22 for that geezer. We've got 12 plus 5 on add-ons for Norgard. We'll just say 12. There's nicely in the middle. Cool. Zubimendi's come in at 55. Excellent. 100%. Let's just say Madueke, for shits and giggles, does come in at 55. Cool. So far, that's £150 million on transfer fees for Arsenal Football Club, exclude Gyökeres, because we all know that's a floor raiser. £150 million on signings, on 5 signings, and they don't even raise any form of level whatsoever. £150 million. And I mean, it's arguable to say that Zubimendi and what's his name, Norgard coming in isn't better than what we had last season. It's ridiculous. We've got a geezer coming in Mosquera no one heard of 5 days ago. No one did. Only a few people did. No one heard of him. No one fucking heard of him. I'll put my hands up. I'm not going to pretend to be some masterclass. Yep, I didn't know who Mosquera was. And do you know what? After looking into him, I still I
thought it was a gnat repellent, Aaron.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Look, only Arsenal Football Club could spend £150 million and not even improve the squad. It's ridiculous. And only Arsenal Football Club could run the narrative of getting Victor Gyökeres in, by the way, over Sesko and go, oh, they've gone for the cheaper option. He's the better option.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Have you heard people saying this?
Listen,
also gone for the cheaper option.
Cheaper option, so that we can now. No, the narrative they're pushing. I said something to Shane. The narrative they're pushing now is that we've gone for a cheaper option. Yeah, he's cheaper. They even talk about his wages as well. So I don't know how that's going to work, because they're saying that his wages when he comes to Arsenal is going to be less than what Sesko would have got. Okay, Sesko's getting more money than he's right now at the moment, but we'll come to that. I know you're going to come to that. But talking about it, the excuses they're saying is that oh, well, he's cheaper, so that means that we can now go and fund. I couldn't believe it when they said we can go and fund and get by Madueke. I'm like, what? This is what these guys are saying. That we can now go and fund the Madueke deal.
You see, these guys, these Cantons and these Semus and all, they had also done videos on why Gyökeres doesn't suit us, why Sesko suits us, because they thought we were getting Sesko, right? So the difference with them is they keep pendulum swinging. I've got a video which I'm cutting up tonight of Semu in the last week, where he had a video a week ago where he explained why he's worried about Gyökeres, that he won't suit us. And then today, I've said from the start, I want Gyökeres. We've got our man, right? So I'm going to splice the two together to show absolute waffle that he's talking, right? But the difference is, right, the negative ones, us, right? For the last year, since the rumors that we were going to get a striker came in, and it was Sesko and Gyökeres, say the last 6 months, you, me, DJB, Aaron, Lee, Rashid, Carl, Views, any one of us have said, don't get Sesko, get Gyökeres. We've laid it down and said that over and over and over and over again. Never changed our mind. We said, if we get Sesko, of course we'll back him. He's an Arsenal player. If he starts banging him in, we'll love him. If it doesn't work, we'll call him out. If Gyökeres comes in, the one we wanted, and he doesn't work, we'll call him out as well, right? Because that's what we do. We support the club. But the difference with us is that we said who we want, and we never wavered. Never, ever wavered. They waver with the wind, man. They change with the wind. Whatever the media says, that's what they're saying. So that's the big difference between us, is that we say what we want. We don't change. If we're wrong, we'll admit it. We want the Gyökeres. And I've been saying for time, we won't get Gyökeres, right? We won't get Gyökeres. I said the only way we will get him is if Sesko falls through. And Sesko did fall through. Exactly. So we are lucky that Leipzig played hardball, or else Arteta would have got his man and we'd be in real trouble. So I'm glad that
thank you, RB Leipzig. Thank you, RB Leipzig. Thank you
for making up Berta's mind. And I'd say Berta was like, phew, now I can get the striker that I want. The only thing I will say with your in Mascara, that we were saying before, Aaron, ages ago when we first got Berta, and I was saying, I hope that he had a couple of gems. He's good at finding little gems like Cunha and stuff like that he found, and Jota and Jota that he found for Atletico. I said, I hope he kept a couple of them in his back pocket when he knew he was leaving Atletico. So I hope with Mascara being playing in the Spanish league, that he was a player, he was thinking this could be the next guy. And I hope that that's a Berta spot, and he's thinking this guy could be the next big thing. Because like I said, if we're getting in, the more signings that come in that look like Berta signings, the more staff that are gone, the people in the board that have left over time, that over the last few months, and Berta's getting his people, every time that wall's close in a little tighter on Arteta, it's all a good thing. This is all a good thing. Everything that's happening now is good, i.e. he has nowhere to hide. Nowhere to hide. I've got your gal's tweet. If we sign Gyökeres, we win the league from a few weeks ago. That's in the back pocket, mate. But that's the type of thing they say, right? That's the type of thing they say. Yeah. I've said we'll finish outside the top 5, so I'll own that if we don't. I'll own it and go, listen, if we finish inside the top 4, I'll be delighted, because I thought we wouldn't. But this is all good stuff. This is all stuff that will put pressure on this manager, close the walls in a little bit. The press conferences will get a little bit more heated. They'll ask him, why isn't Gyökeres scoring? Or you got your striker now. And all the top gooners that said, if the board have to get him his striker, that always bothered me, the wording as well, by the way. When it was something that they said we needed, it's the board needed to get him. What about the 800 million he spent before? You know what I mean? He could have got a striker. He is gutted that we got Gyökeres, by the way. I can promise you that guy is gutted that we got him.
Yeah, but do you know what? Just quickly as well. 1 sec, jumping in. Big up to Lee, El Capitan, for the raid as well, by the way. And big up to every one of you that, are in the building. 225 of you. Big up, man. Don't forget, smash that like button, and please, please, please. Got a wonderful panel here, and their links are pinned in the chat. So if you're not even going to like the stream, for me, at least if you can do this, go and subscribe to these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content creators. They put out some fantastic stuff. So if you could do that, I'll be absolutely over the moon. And again, once again, big up to El Capitan Lee. We have as well, after this, we will be getting into it. We'll be carrying on with this discussion, but we do have that merch drop, and I'm looking forward to it. It's not official just yet, but it will be, and it's an absolute bastard of a merch drop. It's a bastard of a merch drop. Honestly. It's get a fork and stab your eyes out. Horrendous. Honestly, it's not great. Big up to Gianni, man. Listen, big up to the panel of legends. Big up to you, Gianni, man. Always very supportive of the boys. Norms is right. He's always right. Come on, it's Normsy. Need to switch to a 4-2-3-1 for Zubi. Facts. Still need more, and don't buy Madueke. 150%, man. That'll be. It's almost like with Arsenal with the Madueke thing. And Sue just sort of read a comment out Madueke, so I'll get that as well, and then I'll tie the Madueke thing in together. Arteta's out, Top Gooner's out. It's almost like with Madueke, Arsenal Football Club finally sign a striker, and the right striker. It's not that we've just signed a striker. This summer we've signed the right striker, the best available at his job. You know, because Holland and Co ain't available. He's the best available striker we've got, and we've got it. But what do Arsenal go and do? One step forward, get Gyökeres in. 2 steps back, try and go for Madueke. It's so frustrating, man. Only benefit of Madueke is getting another homegrown player. I'm probably wrong here, but didn't someone run it earlier or yesterday that he's actually not on the official homegrown list?
It's not. It's not.
Yeah.
Because he was at what is it? PS. What was he? PSV.
Yeah,
PSV.
Yeah,
is that what it is?
I did hear that as well.
No.
Yeah. It's not. It's not. I don't think it's homegrown.
So yeah, I mean, if that is the case, and what me and Normski, and I don't know if any of you boys have sort of heard it as well, is it's not even homegrown. So there's another thing out the window. Should that be correct, of course. Yeah, at that point, I'd get Eze, Rodgers, 100%. Keep Waneri and Nelson. Yeah, man. I mean, I'd rather keep Nelson and not get Madueke and get someone else in. I mean, I'd rather not have both of them, to be fair, and make a bloody sale and a profit. But yeah, not a Chelsea reject. Sue, just time and time again that we have to go through all of this garbage, isn't it? I mean, it's just so frustrating that it couldn't just be Madueke from Bayern Munich, could it? It had to be Madueke from Chelsea, didn't it? Another Chelsea player. Honestly, the PTSD, I mean, it's cripples you, doesn't it? It cripples you. And I made a fantastic point earlier in that it would just piss me off if we signed £55 million worth of Madueke and then Rodrygo's like, I'm available now. Hello? And Arsenal Football come out and go, well, you know, we've spent 200 million quid. How do you expect us to get him? Yeah, well, you were spending on fucking Mad Wakey, didn't you? That's what this board need. And that's what I'll continue to call him, a Mad Wakey. You need to wake the fuck up, board. Don't they do, didn't they? Come on, man. It's just nowhere near good enough. It's frustrating. But look, you know, he's not coming in yet. We've got Gyökeres in there, and have a little look at this weird one, boys. Victor Gyökeres has come through the door, but it's not with a Top Gooner zestiness. Victor Gyökeres apparently has apparently separated from his girlfriend, poor old Ines, or however you pronounce that.
Yeah, well,
we are. Bless her little cotton socks. I mean, well, to be fair, she can always knock at my door if she wants. To focus on Arsenal. What a load of bollocks. And look, they've given him a nice little ripped six-pack picture in there. The Swedish striker no longer wants anything to do with Portugal. Sod Portugal, sod the women, sod everything like that. He don't want anything to do it. He's just determined to. He's so determined to join Arsenal Football Club. He's even sacked the Doris off. I mean, what are we doing here, man? It's Shane, DJB, one of you. This is one of the cringiest things you've ever seen. This is Arsenal, isn't it?
This is crazy. This is only our fan base, isn't it? This is only our fan base that puts all this sort of crap out. And this is what's annoying. It's annoying for Arsenal fans like us. God knows what other fans must think of it. Do you know what I mean? This is why we're.
I just hope Gyökeres doesn't see this.
And I
hope his missus don't see it, innit?
I'm not being funny. Listen, he's probably sensible enough to know that this is all crap. But something like this, a player could take. He could go. Oh, what do I want to play with that fan base for? What do I want to play with them for? Putting all this sort of nonsense out, you know. If he has split up with his girlfriend, then he's split up with his girlfriend. That's his personal life. You know, that's
They'll spin anything into a positive. They'll spin anything into a positive.
The Swedish striker no longer wants anything to do with Portugal, and they've got his ex in the background there that they've just put in there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just crazy, absolutely crazy.
Do you know what it is?
Separated from his girlfriend to come to Arsenal. So what he's done, he's gone, look, I don't love you anymore. I'm going to Arsenal. And she's gone, well, I don't love you because you're not going to Spurs. I mean, come on, man. What are we doing?
Do you know what it is?
He's probably in love with Arteta, isn't he? That's what it is.
Maybe Arteta only wants men with no girlfriends. I don't know. But the thing is with me, right? I covered this morning. They're spinning a positive, right, that he won't return to training and that he's forcing a move away from Sporting, right? They took him from the Championship and made him the most sought-after striker. So why is it a good thing that he's forcing a move? Pierre Van Hooydonk did that in the 90s, and he was vilified.
His colours.
He was vilified, right? Vilified for doing it. Disgraceful. Player, what's he doing? This club, he owes the club. They're paying his wages. Why are we glorifying a man who's holding his club to ransom and refusing to return to training? If he comes here and balls out and has a 30-goal season and Madrid or Barcelona come in, how do we know he won't do the same thing to us?
Exactly.
Like, I'm glad it's happening. I'm glad he's coming to us. But when did we start glorifying someone holding their club to ransom like that? It's craziness. It's craziness.
It's crazy. It's worrying.
Yeah, it is.
They will actually glorify anything. I've seen them all do it. Turn this into a positive to say, "Oh, it's great. Look, he wants us." Even Semio did it. He desperately wants this move. He desperately wants this move. If one of our players did this, the top gooners would turn on Levy with death threats. If one of our players did this.
And what else I said, Shane, as well? I said this guy would not have even been mentioned if Berta weren't in place. If Berta weren't at the club, this guy would not be coming to Arsenal.
No.
He would have gone for Sesko, and if Sesko would have failed, he would have stuck with Havertz up front, and he'd have bought him Madueke or Eze and someone like that, and he would have stuck with Havertz and Marino. This guy would not be anywhere near the club if Berta weren't there, because this is a Berta signing. It's not Arteta. Arteta didn't want him. He made that point. He made that clear. He went for Sesko last season, didn't get him. He wanted Sesko this season. He hasn't got him. And this guy is not nothing to do with Arteta one bit. So for me, but I mate, you're right. I mean, when a player holds a club to ransom and downs his tools, and the club has bought him from the Championship into top level football, you have to question what his character is.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping that he's going to be okay, because in 2-3 years' time, if he's trying to force a move from Arsenal, you'll have to watch this space. Hopefully, he'll be happy when the new manager comes in and everything's rosy.
Yeah.
The only thing is, DJ, that if he has that about him, if he's willing to do that, he might be willing to come out in 6 months and say, "This Arteta lad's a prat. I can't work for him."
Yeah.
Could be that too.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I want to bring Normski in on this rather. And it's those within the club. This is by David Ornstein. Those within the club are very happy with Mikel Arteta's progress at Arsenal. Okay. Wow. Okay. 5.5 years, 1 FA Cup, last 5 years, 19 competitions entered, 19 consecutive failures. We're actually getting worse domestically than we were last year. Humiliated in the semi-final 4-0, not even really registering any form of attacking intent at all whatsoever in terms of the Carabao Cup. Taken the piss out of by Manchester United, 10 men, by the way, at home. Lost on a penalty shootout. Couldn't even score our own penalty to win the game in normal time. And we also played in the Champions League, but we was in the quarterfinal last year. And now we're in the semi-final this year. That's okay. Well, why did we lose the old fucking 2-legged tie after 3 minutes then? Excellent. Okay, so what did we find? And we learned out. We qualified for 2 semi-finals, but we lost every single 4 of the games. So semi-final ain't really our ceiling, is it? Do you know what I mean? The quarterfinals looks like it is. But they're happy. They're happy. They're happy. Those within the club are very happy with Mikel Arteta's progress at Arsenal Football Club. And it's not thought, this is even worse, this sentence, than the fucking last one. And it's not thought that the external pressure to deliver is replicated internally. That makes my blood boil. That makes my skin crawl. That is exactly what we're talking about. And do you know what? This is directly to some top gooners, or some people sat on the fence. So I've had a little bit of push from certain people in the chat saying, you need to protest then, this and all of that. Well, if the internal pressure is nowhere near the external pressure, what's the fucking point? What's the point? And the external pressure ain't even that big, because we're only about 10% of the external pressure. Norms, I want you to come into this, and I want you to come into that last sentence.
Yeah, well, let's. Okay, right. Let's. If anybody don't know, right, there's this new word that called COM. Do you know what that stands for? Shane, you should know what it stands for. COM. Culture of mediocrity.
Oh, yes,
is it? Oh, I didn't know that one. No, I didn't know that.
No, I just made. I just made it up.
Oh, go on, then, Norms. I'm glad I didn't say I know. Yeah, I've heard that.
yeah.
The culture of mediocrity.
This is exactly what this is. This is what this is breeding, and that's why the fans will accept this. Why? And Ornstein, he's coming from the bomber. Ornstein, you know what I mean? Of all people, yeah. There's no expectations, so that's what I'm trying to say. So if even if we maybe finish out the top 4, well, they're saying it's not fault that there's any pressure on this guy. Why? Why is there no pressure on this guy? And the fans will latch onto this and go, there we go. Oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. We should just carry on the journey and never ever get there. We just go round and round and round in a circle and never get there. A holding pen. That's all it is. A holding pen. You know when you come into land and they say we can't land. Arsenal ain't gonna land. We're just gonna keep going around. No, we can't land. Yeah. The wheels haven't come out the bottom of the plane. We're just gonna keep going round and round. We'll never ever land. We'll never ever get over the line with this manager and with the hierarchy saying this sort of thing. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely, for them to put this out, I cannot believe it. This is just sickening, brother. I'm telling you, it's sickening. Seriously.
Yeah, facts. Just quickly, before I bring D into the very same question, I just want to address Arteta's bald army. So we're giving a little bit of stick in the chat, but I don't mind. You're more than welcome to challenge and have your opinion, and you're not being nasty or rude about it. I mean, I don't agree with anything you've said or the way you've said it, but do you know what I mean? You're being cool, so that's all well and good. I'll address it. What are your expectations for next season? And that's sort of because I'm assuming you think everything's rosy with what I've been reading. I'm sure you seem pretty happy with it. Maybe I'm wrong, and if I am, I apologise there. But I'll address with the way you've been writing in. I'll address this question and how I believe you're writing it. What are your expectations next season? It's a very difficult question, really, to be honest with you, because my expectations are obviously going to be player defined in terms of incomings, but ultimately, if you watched a lot at the start of the show, I actually still don't believe Arsenal Football Club will win anything, and I'll tell you why. And he's the biggest geezer on screen. That thing right there, Mikel Arteta, 19 consecutive competitions since winning the FA Cup and 19 consecutive failures. It does not take 6 years to win the Premier League. Historically, factually, that's just inarguable. Since its inception, since the Premier League's inception, on average, it takes every single manager that has lifted the Premier League title just over 2 years. This is Arteta's 7th season at the football club. There's many a reason why. The humiliations of the 3rd and the 4th round in the FA Cup since he's won it. We've only managed to get past the 3rd round by beating Oxford, by beating Crystal Palace. Finally, both times we've got into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, especially with this one, not the Liverpool one. We fluked away at Anfield, 10 men, Granit Xhaka got sent off. Then we got humbled at the Emirates. Yeah, remember that one? Didn't score a goal. Guess what? 4-0 Newcastle, didn't score a goal. This manager don't know how to win. He actually played pragmatic football when he won the FA Cup, which is actually the squad that he's designed now. He just doesn't play that way. He's set up for the way we won the FA Cup, but he don't do it. He's that thick. He don't even go into what's won him trophies in the meantime. This squad's aching for a 5 at the back. They'd actually be successful with that, but he don't want to do it. He just plays nonsensical shit football and don't win fuck all. So what's my expectations for next season? I mean, my expectations are, if we was to sign a Rodrygo, a Gyökeres, an Eze and all of that, this prick wouldn't be the geezer to take us to glory. But what my expectation would be is get this wank stain out of my football club, get a new manager in there that can harness the talent and the quality that this football club already has in terms of possible incomings and who's already there. And then maybe we could win a domestic cup. Because I believe if he does get sacked, we already would have been technically out the league. Otherwise, he wouldn't be sacked. So that's another cup written off. I then believe that maybe, depending on who comes in, and what players come in and what new manager does with said players, maybe we could win a cup. I believe that if Arteta got sacked September, by the way, I'd be somersaulting out of bed every single day. I would be. And the next time I had a couple of cans of these, and I'll still stick to this. If this manager gets sacked, I'll be doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin, mate. Straight down the old gullet. 150%. You won't see Happier Man on YouTube. Then I will believe maybe we can nick one of the domestic cups if a proper manager comes in. Exactly right. And that's the bottom line. You know what I mean? And so what's my expectations for next season? Get this fucking manager out and let's start a proper rebuild. Proper rebuild. We don't need a rebuild in terms of players because hopefully we'll get the right ones through the window now. But in terms of rebuild the structure, rebuild the way we play the fucking, our attacking style of play, rebuild everything around other than incomings because this geezer ain't it. I don't know what people possibly like you and possibly other people see in this geezer. For 5 years, bruv, mate, 5 years is a long time. That's half a decade. Half a decade that I've paid 1,500 quid for my season ticket. 7.5 grand, bruv. And then add on the extras. I fly and go to Europe for some of the games. In the time this manager's been here, I've probably spent about 10, 15 grand on Arsenal Football Club. And you're telling me that that's good? That represents value, does it? Are you telling me that that represents value? Are you telling me that what I've endured under this geezer right over here, cross-reference with the amount of money that I've spent following this football club, that represents fucking value? People wonder why we get so pissed off. It's ridiculous. Come on, man. What are my expectations for this season? If he stays in charge for another fucking year, it'd just be copy and paste, same win to the 7th of the 7th, 2026. With 23 consecutive failures under our belts.
And over £1 billion spent. And over £1 billion spent.
6 years.
I just want to say that he came back with the classic one, Aaron. He came back with the classic. It took Ferguson 6 years and 6 months to win a league, right?
Okay,
Number one, you said that's not factually true. Aaron said on average, mate. He said on average it takes 2 years. Also, that was Alex Ferguson. If you want to get technical, he said in the Premier League. That was Alex Ferguson's first year in the Premier League because the Premier League started that year. Secondly, Ferguson had already won a League Cup, he had already won an FA Cup, and he had already won a Cup Winners' Cup. So you can take that to the bank. To even compare Arteta in the same sentence as Sir Alex Ferguson is a ridiculous argument, and it just completely muds anything you say from now on.
Let's absolutely finish this geezer off, and I'll whip through it quick because that's ridiculous. Everyone in the chat, I'm about to show you how long it takes, everyone, and I'll whip through it quick, and especially this geezer because remember. People don't listen with these no more. They listen with these now. Let's get this right up for this geezer who said that, yes, it took 6 years for Sir Alex Ferguson to win it. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right on that. But, let's have a little looky, shall we?
You said on average, though.
I did say on average. Yeah. With that, I do apologise. How's everyone?
No. But that's why you're right. You said it takes an average of 2 years. So you were spot on.
Facts. Yeah. All right, there we go. How does that look on our screen? Yeah, that's a little bit. Right, so now let's get right into that. So whilst, sir, you are factually correct, indeed, it did take Sir Alex Ferguson 6 years. But guess what he also done? In his third full season, he won the FA Cup. In 1991, he won 2 European trophies. Oh, in 91-92, he won the League Cup as well. So in the 6th season in charge, he won the Premier League. You are right there, my friend. You are right there. But well done for comparing Arteta to Sir Alex Ferguson. Because if I scroll up, Scottish First Division title with St Mirren. Look what he won with Aberdeen. You're comparing this geezer to him. Look what he done at Manchester United. All FA Cups, all League Cups, all Champions Leagues, all European trophies. So I mean, that's absolutely ridiculous. Kenny Dalglish. Oh, yeah, straight after him, won the Premier League, appointed Blackburn Rovers manager 91-92. He got promoted that season halfway through to the Premier League. Oh, he finished 4th, he finished 2nd. And yes, Baldy, he won the Premier League title, Arteta's Bold Army, whatever your name is. Within his 3rd season, after being promoted with fucking Blackburn, he wins the Premier League. Cool. Arsene Wenger, you should know this, and maybe you don't. I don't know how old you are. If you're one of the new school, you probably don't even know who Arsene Wenger is. But he was appointed Arsenal manager in September 1996, if you didn't know that, young squire. What did he do in his first full season? Won the domestic double. Okay, cool, wicked. Let's have a little look down, because then Jose Mourinho came in. He was appointed in June 04, 05 season. Oh, in his first full season, he won the League Cup and Premier League. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, and then he won the Premier League again the following season after. Oh, and then in 06 and 07, he won the League Cup and the FA Cup. Okay, cool. No problem. All within your 6 years. All within your 6 years, yeah. Oh, and then he was reappointed. But he didn't win anything in his first season. Oh, but then in his second season, he won the League Cup and the Premier League again. Okay, cool. And for shits and giggles, he was even appointed Manchester United. He finished second that season. Oh, and he won the League Cup and Europa League. Okay, so more successful in his first season than Mikel Arteta. Okay, cool. Carlo Ancelotti then came in. 09-010 season. Oh, yeah, he won the domestic double in his first season. Okay, cool. What about Mancini? Came in 09 and 010. It actually took him 2 years to win the FA Cup, but his third season, you guessed it, won the Premier League title. Cool. How did Pellegrini do, by the way? Oh, yeah, in his first full season, he won the League Cup and the Premier League again. Okay, cool. And then and then he won another trophy. Okay, cool. So people are winning the Premier League quite quickly, aren't they? What about Claudio Ranieri? I mean, he was manager of Leicester, for fuck's sake. He was appointed in the 15 and 16 season. Oh, okay, he won the Premier League in his first season under Leicester, nearly got relegated the year before. Okay, cool. What about Conte? Surely the title change. 16-17 season. Oh, yeah, he won the Premier League in his first season. Okay, cool. Oh, and then the FA Cup next season. Okay, cool. Your point's looking pretty fucking shit now, isn't it, mate? Pep Guardiola. Oh, it took him a little while, didn't it? Yeah, 1 year. That's his only season that he didn't win a trophy. And same as last season, just gone. Oh, yeah, what did he do within his 6th season? He won the Carabao Cup, then the Premier League. Then he won the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Premier League. Then he won the Carabao Cup. Then he won the Carabao Cup, and then won the Premier League again. And in his 6th season in charge, he won the Premier League again. Okay, cool. What about Jurgen Klopp? But it took him 4 years. He was appointed in 15 and 16. Yes, he did. In his 4th season, he won the Premier League. But what did he win before that? Okay, only the Champions League, Super Cup, and then the Club World Cup. Okay, cool. And then again, got to another Champions League final, was third, by the way. And then he won the Carabao Cup and FA Cup inside of 6 years. What about Arne Slot, though? He was appointed there last season. How did he get on? 2-1 final, which he got absolutely dismantled in, by the way, with Newcastle. Oh, and he won it in his first season. Okay, which is on an average just over 2 fucking years for every single successful winning Premier League manager since his inception to win the Premier League, which is 66.6% slower than your little Prince Mikel Arteta is fucking taking and pending. Suck my fucking dick. Boom.
And you know what? He's a big up, Barman. He's come back with, please put my Ferguson comment in the screen, because the truth, I said I didn't compare them. What he did was he compared them through the whole comment, and then at the end says, I'm not comparing them, by the way. You cannot do that. That's you can't cancel what you said. That is like when Italians say, I don't mean no disrespect, but your mother's a whore. Just because you open it with that, it doesn't mean that it cancels what you said. You compared them, completely compared them. That was a comparison, saying it took Ferguson 6 years. You were comparing them to Arteta. Just because you finish it with, I'm not comparing them, by the way. You can't do that. You can't say that you're not comparing them right after comparing them. So it completely dilutes the point that you made. It's such a coward's way to put it. To compare them and then say, I'm not comparing them, by the way. So what were you doing then? What was the point of your comment if you weren't comparing them? What was the point of your comment? Was it just a throwaway comment? Were you saying
no point?
Ferguson took 6 years? I'm not comparing them, by the way.
But you no point. It's just another fan happy for mediocrity. It's just another fan that thinks that finishing second is a trophy, and be in Real Madrid in a quarterfinal of a Champions League is a trophy. That's it. That's it.
The helmet. Yeah, no one block him, by the way. Mods, don't. Because I said it takes a manager 2 years. I said on average. Come on,
average.
Yeah, average. But yeah, listen, no one block him. I said on average. No one block him.
When you get into secondary school, you'll learn averages, mate. It's in mathematics in secondary school. Or what would be I don't know,
that. Swiftly move on. I'd just like being able to completely dismantle fans' silly opinions. Facts. And I love bringing it on screen because people listen with these now. What can we do?
Problem is,
I'm in Premier League, Linda, by the way. Premier League, by the way. But yeah, you're right. You know, either way, don't take managers long, and it's facts. Yeah. Don't block him. Do you know what I mean? It just is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't like easy blocking. If he was being proper, you know when someone's being to see you next Tuesday, he's not. He's just being a helmet. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I don't like block for block's sake.
He's just in love with the. He's just in love with it. He's trusting the process in another.
I bet he's very happy with this picture, isn't he? 100.
Yeah, no, he's just.
He'll
He's
just stick Arteta's head out of it.
He's thinking Gyökeres is on the market. Yummy. That's what he's doing. Old bald Arteta fans thinks he's got a shot of betting Gyökeres, I think, by the sounds of it. Do you know what I mean? He's getting a double happy. He's definitely got a life-size poster of Mikel Arteta on the ceiling, isn't he? And that sock is one crusty sock, isn't it?
Yeah. But that tweet on the Arteta thing, that's just protection because there's a lot going around that he is actually under pressure.
Yeah,
so
They're not going to come out and say he's under pressure.
That's their comeback just to say, no, he's not under pressure. I don't know where all this is coming from. Trust me, he is. Where I sit when I go to the Emirates, this guy is under pressure. Every game's going to be a cup final. The fact of the matter is, by the time we've got all these signings in the door, this manager would have had nearly £1 billion spent on this football club.
More?
And you're telling me that the owners of any football club that has spent that sort of money is not going to say to him, I want results. They're just going to sit back and go, no, it's all right. We'll give you another £1 billion in another 4 or 5 years' time. You can have some more money. It's not going to happen, guys. Ignore all that BS that you're reading. Trust me, this manager is under pressure.
Such does make a good point, though. To be fair, I am mudded. Aaron's in the mud because I haven't fucking counted the community shields.
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Always there as my fawn, isn't you?
Oh, man. Yeah, can you forget
almost doing a Smith song?
Major trophy.
Aaron, you're gonna have to close down your business now and just go home.
Yeah. Well, Ferguson 4 years.
It's been nice knowing all of you anyway.
I'll tell you what, Aaron. He's rage quit. He's done an egal now. Look. I'll tell you what, Aaron. I'll tell you what we'll do. I think that top gooner in the chat needs a nice bit of merch. That's what he's after.
Yeah.
He wants a bit. Do you know what? Do you know what?
I think we need to dress him up.
I
think we need to dress him up.
I think he needs a nice bit of merch just to get over the Emirates. You know these people that hang around and wait for AFTV to come out and then they run from the local park or they ride their bikes around the Emirates trying to get on. Yeah,
you're a man of my own heart. You are.
If he sees this merch now, he's going to be straight into his mother's purse to pick the credit card, man. He'll be nicking the credit card out of his mother's purse now to buy the new merch.
Yeah, go on, get that. I'll tell you what, mate. Let's get these.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. We are nearly lined up because yes. Do you remember last year's merch? There was a chain called the Urban Purist. Well,
I remember that.
Ladies and gentlemen, you do remember that. Yeah, they are.
What's
back
the PR now? What's the PR
round now? 2? They're back for round 2. DJB. Are we ready? It's not hit the shops yet, but it will be. It will be. Here we go. Let's have a look at the next.
Oh, look at this!
Like you can get
that T-shirt, man.
Prices just yet. However, I can confirm that the Arsenal T25X NTS, whatever the hell that means, Urban Purist by NTS. Yes, this will be in our stores at the Armory soon. For
look at this compared to the stuff we were looking at earlier.
Look at the colours. This is specifically for you. Where is he? What's his name here? Arteta's Bold Army. This is all about you, my brother. I mean, NTS. There you go. T-shirt. That's probably going to retail about 50 quid. You know what I mean? I can see you in a little bit of that. You can get yourself a little zip up. You know, little one of them. It's not my cup of tea. I've always liked a hoodie. But you'll probably be able to pick that up for.
Do you know what NTS? Do you know what that NTS stands for?
No, I ain't got a fucking clue.
I forgot. I can't spell. I was going to say no trophies this season. But...
yeah, well then you can get away with that. No trophy season. Yeah, no trophy season.
Non-trophy season. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the 2025 edition. They're almost trying to tell us something.
Not
But I mean,
total
there you
shit,
go.
It might be. Isn't it?
If you're like me, you got a hoodie. But do you know what frustrates me about this? Oh, here we go. Oh, we got. There's no shorts, so I can't even hoodie myself up in shorts because I don't wear tracksuit bottoms, do I?
You're done,
So-
mate. You wear shorts all year round, Aaron. That's
I
you're
do,
done, mate.
yeah. I do
My
all year
pink is-
round. Yeah.
What is that? I mean, why are we honestly?
NTS.
Look.
Looks like fucking do you know what it reminds me a little bit of? You know, a NASCAR, like almost like a NASCAR-esque t-shirt, doesn't it? With the big print and all of that going across it.
It's like a fucking county cricket top.
I mean, you'll know more about that than me, to be fair.
One day
yeah.
cricket. It was like a
It
one-day
is.
cricket top.
It's like a one-day cricket top.
And it's got under here. Hang on a minute. Let's zoom in. Look at this. Victory through harmony. They've even added that on there. How dare they?
Victory. What's victory? What's
Victory,
that word,
yeah.
mate?
Look,
that?
right underneath
Victory.
non-trophy season.
Vicery?
Non-trophy
Vicery?
season. Look,
Victoria
non-trophy
Concordia
season.
Crescent, isn't it, man? How dare they put that under there, man? Come on. What a
Victory?
fucking load of shit. Victory,
Non-trophy season.
non-trophy season, and then have the audacity to put victory underneath it.
Yeah.
Victory through harmony. What harmony? What harmony is there? The harmony for a minute when everyone sings North London forever together.
Never
Streets are our
trust
own.
Spaniards.
Never trust.
Who's lobbed that out there? Who's lobbed that out there in the chat? Let me zoom out of this. Who's thrown that out there?
Jamboy
Real
put it
one.
in.
Jay
Never,
Real
never
one.
trust Spaniards.
DJ Jamboy.
Jamboy, the real one. Yeah.
Jamboy's the real one. Never trust a Spaniard.
Gunner boy, I love that, man. That's hilarious. Yeah.
You're the real one.
Oh no, man.
He's a
That's
legend,
funny,
man. He's always in my chat. Absolute legend.
Oh dear, that's hilarious. I need something for the end because I've got top spastics in my head.
No.
I'm just an N away. Mate, what is this merch all about? Like, for real, yeah. For real, what is going on here?
Not today, sexy.
What is yeah? Here we go. Oh, look, we got a bigger look at that's it. Here we go. Do you know what this is going to retail for? That t-shirt, I guarantee you, because obviously it must be some form of like brand itself, this NTS. NTS Radio, here we go, is an online radio station and media platform based in Hackney, East London. Of course, who else to sponsor a North London team than an East London-based fucking radio station?
Why didn't you think of that?
I mean, what are we doing here?
That's bollocks, isn't it?
Who else? Like, why would you want a North London-based radio station when you can just get an East London one? Like, what? Why would you want a local one on there when you can just get an East London club with nothing to do with?
Why would you want some donkey Hackney radio station printed on your top in that manner for anyway? Where you're going to pay about 50 quid for a t-shirt?
PR stunt. It's some PR stunt.
What is that all about? Here they are. So, you know, there you go. This is obviously the audience is aimed at fake gangsters.
Why is the guy in the bottom right looks a bit old? Well, what's he doing hanging around all those kids? He looks a lot older than the rest of them.
There you go.
I don't know. Why none of them wearing the merch though? Why none of them wearing the merch?
None of them wearing the t-shirts. Exactly. They're probably all West Ham fans or something.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
They're probably Spurs fans or West Ham fans.
Also, they're not fucking. They probably are West Ham fans.
Yeah, you got to have a puffer jacket and a bobble hat in 49 in 30 degrees as well.
What I mean?
During the heat wave.
100.
Why are we here? Why are we here?
What is going on here, man? I mean, it's just ridiculous. So
it is a club, isn't it?
So now we've got an East London collaboration. East London collaboration for a North London top.
Advisory as well. Look, I've always been a bit radio station.
With a load of gangsters here, who are not even wearing the merch and are probably from East London that probably don't give a fuck about Arsenal, by the way. Like, what more are we going to find as we scroll down? Oh no, just some more bits.
Same shit.
Here we go. Oh, it dives deep into retro aesthetic.
Urban purists
using a sleek black base as its canvas. The entire range is brought to life with striking gold and orange accents, which are used for all branding and trim details. Maybe there's going to be more. Oh, look, here we go. Look, now we've got some geezers absolutely flossing them. What about this one? I haven't seen this one. There might be some more colours available.
What's the guy in the red t-shirt standing next to a joint?
Yeah, yeah. It's like me standing next to you.
What's that about? Yeah.
Norms, I'm not being funny, but can you imagine us rolling up outside the Emirates with this on?
They'll shoot us.
I don't know, no. I can see Norms in this little.
No.
I don't know, you know.
I can see Norms rocking up at church in that, you know.
Dancing around the old church in that with his NTS or whatever it is.
Can you imagine Norms on a Sunday morning rocking up
Actually,
at church?
All right, girls. You're right, darling.
The vicar's going to go with him. I'm sorry, Mr. Normski, but you're not coming in here.
A couple of tequilas, a couple of cheap tequilas.
And he'll turn around and he'll go, yeah, but it's urban. It's urban. It's urban,
It's
Father.
urban.
I'm sorry, I don't care what it is. You're not coming in.
As long as it's urban, though. Because listen, I'll tell you what, though.
Attitude, that's what it is. I don't know about urban.
Oh, look, it's taken from some heritage. Hold on here. So it's drawing heavy inspiration from the Adidas training gear from the 2010-11 era, with key design signature in the prominent piping that follows the unique seam lines of garments running from the collar down to the shoulders and torso. Jesus Christ, this sounds like the mascara scouting report, doesn't it?
No,
What is going on here?
Look,
The centerpiece
It
of
sounds
the
like a
collaboration.
fucking medical report.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Like an autopsy, yeah.
Aaron, Sully's in the chat. He's loving this, mate. Where's
our
ordering it.
Sully?
I think he's going to ask where he can get a T-shirt from already.
I'd squeeze into that.
I told you. He's on it already, old Sully. Look, he's loving it.
Dear. Oh, we love a bit of Sully in the building. He only lives up the road from me. I'm surprised I haven't had a meet up with him. I'll have to sort that out, Sully, because he's only around the corner.
Standing outside your house now wearing
I'll
the
tell
merch.
you what, Sully.
Yeah.
If Sully if he's only round the corner from you and he's getting the beers in, perhaps we'll all come round.
Yeah, fuck it. It'll just come round now. We're just all the show on one screen. Sod it. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Everyone's invited. Come on, as long as you got your NTS club on.
I'm just checking flights, man. I'm just checking flights.
Yeah. Shane's on Skyscanner. Hold on a minute. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Well, mate, don't worry. We're getting NTS to sponsor us. Do you know what I mean? Hello, son.
I can
What
listen
else
to
we
it on
got
listen to the radio on the way home.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, mate.
Poor Aaron's missus will come in from work every morning and see all us lot in the living room. She'll have a good night. She'll have a meltdown.
Yeah,
with
she's
all
used to that.
our merch on.
Yeah, with all with the full tracksuit wankers, isn't it? She's used to that anyway.
Shane can rustle us up a proper Irish breakfast in the morning.
Maybe it's up an Irish breakfast.
This is sounding like a plan. What was the difference again? Just with the mushrooms, isn't it?
No, there's baked beans on an English, and the Irish one has black and white pudding.
Oh, right. So it would be a full English one.
Pudding,
I don't like the black pudding, but I love the
a very
beans.
Irish thing. Black pudding was made because you could make it and then bury it, I think, and it would keep. The Celts used to do it, and then it would keep through the.
I can't stand black pudding.
Have it through it. Oh, I love it, man. Love it.
Johnny Sand looks like a Sopranos sweatsuit knockoff.
Yeah. It does. It has that Soprano sitting outside a deli, doesn't it? All of them sitting outside a deli. The fuck you look here?
No trophy season.
Hey, look at him. Look, there you go.
I'm wearing my merch over here. Come on.
Come on, I just got some NTS going over here.
Pay for my fucking merch.
Yeah, pay for my. Give me the full Irish breakfast on the house. I'm in the mood.
I want an Irish breakfast over here and a big plate of ding damagoo.
Baked beans, get out of here.
Get out of here with your baked beans.
Get out of here with your tin of Heinz and Sitch.
Oh my God.
It's the Schultz, isn't it? It's the Schultz.
Come on.
It's a bright orange number, Aaron. Look, the bright orange number. Just
we've got Schultz LA. I know, just in case you want it to fucking be spotted. You know, if you're a refuse collector, nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, you'll be seen.
What's he look like? Seriously.
Well, I'll see you next Tuesday. But I mean, you know, it's the centerpiece of the collaboration. This is the centerpiece, by the way. The centerpiece of the collaboration is the large styled NTS logo on the front of the jersey.
Is this
And the front of the new
insanity?
jersey, rendered in a fiery red to gold gradient. Ooh, complementing rather.
ChatGPT all the way.
Yeah. The
Oh,
collection consistently using the classic Arsenal cannon instead of the full club crest, alongside the Adidas performance logo, both matching gold and orange. There we go. I've got me shorts. Do you know what I mean? You know, you'll see me from a fucking mile and off having a jog in the morning, but you know, there we go. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully, I won't be ran over in my NTS.
It's like summer wear for construction workers, man. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does though, doesn't it? A little bit, to be fair, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. Suge, save your money, get the fucking merch, mate. New NTS merch incoming for me. That's it.
Come on,
that's
Suge.
it. No more super chats. As long as I see a picture of you. Do you know what, Suge? No. You've done this now because you've come on my calling show a couple of times. Once this comes out to the mainstream and it gets sold in there, I'm expecting to see a full tracksuit Suge in the fucking calling show on a Friday.
that'll look good down under, Suge. That.
Oh, mate. This is a tracksuit for down under.
You wouldn't be able to go out of a daytime, but it'll definitely look good.
Oh, 100, mate. 100. What's going on there? Is that just in my ear, that sound, or did that come out?
Only this football club, eh? Only this football club, seriously.
Oh, it's cringe, isn't it?
This football club.
Absolute cringe. Yeah. I wonder if it says a little cheeky price. And there's the original. Look, we've got a comparison, the 2004 v the 25-26 Urban Purist collection. Look
at the yellow. Look at the yellow and the red. Look like a
That's a bit of Suge, isn't it? That's
definitely
that
Suge
is a bit of Suge. You've got Normski and Suge battling it out there, haven't you? You haven't you? You got a bit of Suge at the top. That's a bit of down under clobber, isn't it? And then you've got your Christian faithful.
I thought we was meant to be dressing up Arteta's ball, whatever his name is. I thought it was.
He's taken the lot. He's taken the lot. Old bald in the chat.
He has. Oh, mate.
Hoodie, shorts.
He's skimped for another month, isn't he?
Yeah.
Absolutely skimped for another month, he is.
Yeah.
What else we got coming out? Obviously, we got the away kit coming out very soon.
I don't like that either. That's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. It looks like a rip-off, doesn't it, of the one a couple of years ago.
That's horrible.
Like, it almost looks exactly the same. Have a little look at this little beauty. Have a little look at this builder. Look at this. Oi. Retro leaked. Another leak. Click on it. Come on. Don't be a bastard. I think I might have already done this one already, to be fair. Let's have a little goosey. Fuck off. Anyone interested in this?
Look at that.
Bit of this? Shane, I think this looks like a bit of you, Shane, if I'm being honest.
Fuck off.
The badge is in the middle. He does like a badge in the middle.
He does like a badge in. I don't know. I'm looking at that and I'm thinking Shane Gooner.
What we've seen on our
it,
retro show tonight, mate, this don't even touch it, Shane, does it?
Oh, come on. Compared to what? Compared to the Denmark jersey at 86, this is much better, man. This is much better. It looks like someone washed the car with it.
It does. It looks like the cat's fucking coughed up.
How have they got it next to the bruised banana?
That's ridiculous.
That's a banana that's been left in the fruit bowl for about 2 weeks, man. That's not a bruised banana. That's a banana that when you pick it up, it just falls to mush in your hand.
That's not just bruised banana. That's severely beaten banana, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's domestic violence
that's
banana.
Fucking hiding, man.
Yeah.
And what's with all the red marks, man? It looks like someone that's gone in to get liposuction and they've had the little marks done on them before the operation.
Suge, if you keep super chatting, you will not be able to afford your NTS merch.
Normally yellow brings out my eyes. I'll tell you what, Suge. You can have that.
Funny, isn't he, Suge?
You can have that scent, Suge, my guy, to Australia. You can have that scent down under. First class, that will go well with you. I'm telling you, that's a
signed, sealed, delivered
all day long.
I'm yours. We got Joe coming in. Big up Joseph, man. He's always supporting the channels, man.
Yeah, top man.
Big up Joe. Aaron and Shane need to see you 2v Zippy. Do you know what? That probably will never happen. Purely because
no.
Yeah. I mean, like
it's
almost like a Tom Canton and things like them sort of people. I mean, do you remember what he said about Lee? I actually need to be careful with what I'm saying here because I'm not 100% on this, but I'm sure it was one of them guys that said they won't work with people like that or something. Yeah. I'm paraphrasing. Yeah. There was something like that. And I think it was about RL Capitan Lee. And I'm sure it was maybe one of a Tom Canton or Zippy or someone like that. So I need to be careful because I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, they don't want to work with them.
They'll go on with someone else like a Dan who can edge them through it because he's very good at what he does. He's very good at what he does, but they wouldn't go on a panel because they'd be found out. They'd be found out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I said, the thing is they'd have to be.
We'll see next season. I mean, there's no excuses next season, is there? If he gets all the players he wants and he doesn't deliver next season with Gyökeres, with everyone in place. As I said, even if we don't sign any more players and we only get Gyökeres and Zubimendi, that squad still should be good enough to win a trophy.
Any
other manager, the squad with just Gyökeres and Zubimendi in it, with the players we've got now, if we sign no one, that should still be good enough to win a trophy of some sort.
Yeah, but the thing is, with these guys, when you're saying there's no excuses, not Igal so much, right, or even Christian, but the ones that are wannabe journalists or a journalist, the Semius, the Cantons, and the money pennies, right? They have to keep. There's not excuses for them. They're clinging with their fingernails to keep this guy in the job, because if we get in a manager that doesn't just fill the press room with the little handpick people, this is their livelihood. Like, having him in charge is their livelihood. As long as they protect him, they get into press conferences. They're always in press conferences because Arteta fills it with the people that protect them.
Yeah, facts.
So they are dreading the day that he gets sacked, as in their livelihood will be affected. They won't tell you it's that way, but that's the way it is with them. So they will. It's not just excuses with them. They will find any single way that they can protect them. Anything they can do. You see them. You just have to go through their videos. And the more I go through them, and Norm's is the same. Norm's just be sending me Canton stuff. They contradict themselves in the space of days, and barefaced contradictions, by the way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Barefaced. They were saying, "Oh yeah, well, we can't cover the Thomas Partey thing because of legal ramifications." Right. What about the Timber interview? There's no legal ramifications in that, mate. Why did not one of you cover it? Not one of you would cover it. Wouldn't touch it because they know that they cannot badmouth this guy. So you are not an Arsenal fan. You're a corporate shill. You're not an Arsenal fan. And even Moneypenny, I sent it to Lee today on a stream, admitted that he supported United as a kid. Openly admits it. You know, I was only a kid. So what? That's when you first fall in love. That's the strongest bond you get, is when you first start supporting a club. That's when it's at its strongest. Because that's when you cannot change. I can't understand people who change. Pink has changed. He was a QPR fan. Robbie Loy was a Luton fan. These are the guys. That's all you need to know about them. That is all you need to know about them.
That
they switched. I don't care what age they were at. I don't care if they were 7, 8, 9, 10. If you switched at any point, you've lost a hell of a lot of credibility with me.
Facts.
That's everything that makes you a fan. That is the one. That's the one. That's not a variable. That is the one thing that you cannot ever do.
Yeah.
That you cannot ever switch at any age. You're
keep credibility.
You'll never be. That's it. It's gone. It's gone. It's out the window.
Yeah. You don't recover from things like that. That's how it is. Do you know what I mean? That's how we're sort of born.
The thing is, they don't have the likes of myself and Kenny and all that people that, because they're like 29, 30, and you know what I mean. They just won't have them.
New age hipster fans.
Yeah.
Fair weather fans.
Yeah, that's what they're all catered to. Do you know what I have just seen here on the channel? Let me just bring it up on screen. Give me 2 seconds. I've just seen this. So yeah, well and truly, our goalposts in terms of our striker signing have been pretty much confirmed, because this hand of Arsenal, he's been getting a lot spot on, really, to be fair to whoever runs that. But Al Hilal are intent to launch another audacious attempt to sign Sesko. Yeah, that's it. So unlucky, Benjamin. You'll earn a lot of dough, my friend.
Unlucky Arteta.
Career. Yeah, that's it. And I was just going to say that, D. Yeah, unlucky Mikel Arteta, mate. Yeah,
Sorry, Arteta.
Thank God that we haven't got this geezer. I said on the terrace, D, and I want to run with this as well about Sesko, because we've sort of spoke about Gyökeres. I said this on the terrace. I was like, if we sign Benjamin Sesko, we will be set back 2 years as a football club.
Oh,
because we're not signing someone that can do it now, and we're giving ourselves 2 or 3 years, you know what I mean, for this striker to allow to come in. And I think that's facts. What's your whole sort of take on
I said this before.
You did, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, Sesko was always going to be a project. And although Arteta wanted him, because all this kind of it fits the way we play. At the end of the day, he hasn't bought himself enough time for a project. If we'd have signed Sesko on the back of a Premiership title, an FA Cup, Champions League final, perhaps a Premier League title, and a Champions League final, and then we sign a Sesko, I'm probably thinking, well, okay, then he's younger. You know, we're not going to lose any money. If he improves, we could probably benefit from it, and I understand that. But right now, when the club's won nothing and we've got no credit in the bank, you needed someone that's proven. And people are going to say to me, yeah, but he's only done it in the Portuguese league. But at the end of the day, if you're looking at an application for someone to take a job, you only look what's in front of you, and then you do the interview, and then you go, right, you've got the job. And it's the same as Gyökeres. His stats are better than Sesko's, and we needed someone in with more potential than a project. And Sesko was a project, let's be honest. And he would have set us back because he wouldn't have changed the way we play. He didn't need to change the way we play if he brings Sesko in. With Gyökeres, he's got to change the way we play. He has to change it tactically. He's probably staying up all sorts of... He's probably losing sleep now. He's probably thinking, right, what am I going to do now? Everything's gone out the window now. I thought I was going to get Sesko. I thought I was going to be able to play Havertz, rotate him, put Sesko on the left, Havertz down the middle. You know, now it's like, right, I've got to play Gyökeres. The fans are going to demand, why ain't he playing? He's got to play. You know, and now everything's just been thrown out of the window. All these plans that he had for Sesko has gone in a blink of an eye, and now he's got to change everything up. And I'm glad we didn't get him. I didn't want Sesko. We ain't got time for Seskos. Exactly. We haven't got time.
We never wanted him. We knew that we didn't want a project. Simple as, and you know, we needed to push on from where we was. And as you rightly said, DJ, he would have set us back another year, 2 years, because what would have happened basically is that it would have taken him about 2 years to sort of get going, and the excuse would be you still got to give him time. Arteta will still be there, and then on top of that, Aaron, with that quote that's come out from the hierarchy that there's no pressure on him, we're just going to be going around in circles. So we just, it's a never ending story. Literally, we're just here.
And he wanted a buyout clause and all as well. No, he's coming to Arsenal and he wants a buyout clause.
Yeah. It's a never ending story with this club. You know what I mean? And it's been 21 years since we've seen us win a Premier League title. Now I keep saying it. If somebody said to me after that 2004 where we went unbeaten that we'd never ever win another Premier League, well, I'll be saying you're lying. There's no way. You lie. You're a liar. I mean, no, man, it's ridiculous, man.
This is a smokescreen.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, Joe's asked quite an interesting question here. Big up to Joe. Let me just quickly remove this off screen. Let me get this back on. Whoever wants to take this is more than welcome. Question to the panel: why do you think Top Gooners only comment when positive news like Gyökeres comes out, but they say nothing on Voldemort's situation or signing Madueke? That's quite an interesting one. I don't know if any of you boys wanted to take it.
Well, they're not going to go on, Shane.
That's what they do. That's what they do. They
I thought you might jump on that, Shane.
Yeah, no, because they've already tried to. They tried to. We've seen Moneypenny brought out a tweet about how Madueke is untapped talent and Norgard's a search and destroyer, and it's what they do. Joe, the party situation, they've all been cowards on it. They've all been absolute cowards on it. They won't come out and talk about it. You know, it is a touchy subject, but you need to be, as a man, you need to come out and talk about that. As a man, you need, if you have any sort of old school about you, you'll come out and talk about it. The Gyökeres one, they'll big it up. They'll also, we're bigging up Sesko. You know, Joe, as well as I do, that these guys, this is how they roll, man. This is how they roll. Anything for a positive spin. With the party thing, there's no positive spin. With the Madueke thing, there's no positive spin. They'll dig around and they'll find something small. But with the Gyökeres thing, they can put a positive spin on it. They can say, oh, look at the way we're moving now. Look at this, look at that. They also won't say that it's very, very clear that Arteta wanted Sesko. They won't say that. If Gyökeres comes and flops, then they'll say it. That's how they work. Everything's just, it's a little tapestry of how they can dress up this manager, how they can dress up the club. And it's all done to, as Norm says, to bring it down to this culture of mediocrity. This is why when Semiu had the big meltdown that how dare Sesko ask for a sell-on clause, oh yeah, I went ballistic. I thought you're the last person that can get mad about this because you've lowered the standard so low. Where every time you do a stream and you say that the journey's great and second is fine, and why is everybody on this manager and why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? They have lowered the standard so low that players see us the way they do. They can't get offended when a player sees us the way they have painted us. We're the ones that want standards. We get called negative for having standards. We get called the glory hunters for having standards. So when they keep lowering the standard to the point where they say second place is fine, and they've done it so well, and Arteta's been the biggest part of this, going on about most points in a calendar year. Any other team in our situation would have finished 15th. All of this sort of stuff. Total collapse, guys. They've all lowered it so low. Top 6, yeah, exactly. All of this stuff, the top 6 league, they've lowered it down to the point then where other players see us that way. And that's why we have to pay Zinchenko 150 grand a week. It's why we have to pay Jesus 260 grand a week. It's why we have to give Tomiyasu 100 grand a week. Because we can't get these players to come unless we pay mid-tech, like they see us like a Europa League team that is just somehow getting Champions League. So everything they do, Joe, is just based around protecting the manager. If anytime they make a point, no matter what it is, good news or bad news, just link it back to them protecting the manager. That's what it will always go to. Every single thing, every route will lead back to protecting the manager. And I know DJ's on the same page with this. I mean, it's just PR. It's all PR. It's a game. It's a game to them. It's a game to them.
I mean, we there was fighting on the terraces to get one of the most successful managers of this football club out the door.
Yeah.
There was banners being waved. There was fighting on the terraces to get Arsene Wenger out of the club, to get him gone. Arsene Wenger, probably about the best football I've ever seen at Arsenal.
Winning FA Cups,
doubles, trophy, European Cup final. Let's be honest, he got us to a Champions League final. Didn't win it, but he got us to a Champions League final, and I was there, by the way, and I was absolutely gutted and mortified. But at the end of the day, this manager has not won anything. He's had all this money spent, and he has not won anything. And all I keep hearing is, yeah, but he's got us competing. That's minimum expectancy of this football club. Whoever comes in and manages this football club, they have to compete. They have to compete. It's Arsenal Football Club, third biggest club in the country. That's minimum requirement. As soon as you walk through the door. I don't know why it's such a surprise to everyone that we're finishing second and making Champions League semi-final.
Yeah.
That's where we should be.
Yeah.
That's where we should be. He's doing something that's required. It's whether he can now take us to the next level. And that's what he cannot do. He can't take us to that next level. I could be proven wrong. Once he gets all the players in, because this is what I've heard before. Yeah, but once we get the players, well, we had Mourinho last year. We had Saliba signed last year. We've had Havertz. We've had Rice. We've had Jesus. We've had Zinchenko. We've had all these players. And I was listening to when we were signing Havertz, everyone was gassing up. Oh, yeah, but Havertz, he's not a bad player and blah, blah, blah. He's a German international. This is what I was hearing from all the top Arsenal fans. And we still couldn't get over the line. Then Rice came in. Oh, yeah, we've got Declan Rice, one of the best midfield. And he is. He's a fantastic player. I think he's one of the brilliant, brilliant players. But he's had the tools and he still has fallen short.
Yep.
And it goes on and on and on. And now we're getting Gyökeres and we're getting the same narrative. Yeah, but now he's got his striker. Now he's got his striker watch because we create a lot of chances. We've just not had a striker to put them in the back of the net. Well, whose fault has that been then for the last 3 seasons? The football.
We don't create a lot of chances, by the way. We don't create a lot of clear-cut chances.
this is what
we create a lot of half chances.
This is what we get. Oh yeah, you know, that's all we're missing. That's all we're missing is a striker. Well, let's see, shall we? Let's see, because we had a striker, didn't we? He signed Jesus. He was the missing link. Look what happened to him. Couldn't improve him. And what was we hearing? Oh yeah, but he's worked with him under Man City. He knows him. He can get the best out of him. Flopped. Martinelli was balling out under Unai Emery, scoring goals for fun. Klopp at one stage wanted to sign him at Liverpool and came under Arteta, flopped. Not the player he was. And this is how it is, and it just goes round and round and round and round. Look, the proof is in the pudding. My feet are firmly on the ground. I'm gassed up that we're signing proper strikers now. If we can get Eze in and if we can get the players through the door, fantastic. But at the end of the day, I will go and watch Arsenal play at the Emirates. I will go to away games. I will watch with my own eyes. And if I'm seeing the same tactics with these players in the team, I'm sorry. You're just going to get the same thing out of me. The manager has to go. And I said it at the start of the season. If all these players were coming in under a new football manager, I would be absolutely buzzing. But the fact they're coming in under this manager, I'm still holding fire. I'm still not getting out of my chair. I'm not getting overexcited. I'm really not.
That's a shame, isn't it, DJB? Pardon me. That's a shame. Apologies for that. It's a shame in itself, really, because it looks like Arsenal could potentially have a half-decent window. I mean, it's a little bit late for the Gyökeres sign. I mean, ideally, that should have been... We should have signed Gyökeres and not signed Marino and Calafiori. There's the Gyökeres release clause right there last year.
Why did we do it?
Because this manager thought that we needed a left-sided centre-back who can't defend and play him left-back, and we thought we needed one of the worst left-eights in the world in Mikel Mourinho.
And it was Seth going up. It was Seth going up.
But it wasn't only that. He thought that Havertz was going to come good because we've been told that if Havertz wasn't injured, he was on course to score 20 goals. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? How do they know this? Yeah. What have they got some future
soothsayers?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's had like 7 seasons of professional football under his belt, and he's not once came close to 20.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even some will say, oh, well, he's got, I think, was it 14 or 15? That's still 25% away. That's a lot. And that's not.
And you know, the worrying thing about it all. The worrying thing about it all is that we're still signing players like Norgard, and COYG said it in the chat there. Adam Wharton, and I've been banging on about Wharton for months from Palace. Yeah. And I've said, why are we getting Norgard when we can go and get Wharton? If you want someone to come and strengthen the midfield, and you want someone to come off the bench, go and sign someone like Wharton. Why ain't we bidding in? Why aren't we going in for Kudos and all these players? Why are we even thinking about Norgard? Who would ever? No Arsenal fan before we was linked with Norgard would come out, and if you asked them a question, who would you sign to strengthen our midfield, or who would you consider to be a brilliant squad player? Not one fan would turn around and go Norgard from Brentford. Not one. But suddenly, Norgard's coming through the door and it's like, oh, yeah, but he's got Premier League experience.
Yeah.
Brentford's captain. Wonderful signing. Brilliant backup. Go back a season. Yeah. Go back a season. Who would you bring in? I don't know. I think Kudos would be a good player. Yeah. Biella would be a good player. Yeah. And not one would mention Norgard.
No.
Not one.
It wasn't. Didn't even come. I didn't hear it at all.
Who heard that? I never heard it.
Why are we signing backups? We weren't good enough last season.
Why aren't we signing
good enough last season? We need to sign first team players. We don't need
captain.
that.
I want
We
captain.
need players to improve that are better than the players we
Yeah,
have.
but
Because
don't
we
worry.
weren't good enough
Captain on the
last season.
bench.
Yeah, but
I
don't
want
worry.
someone to come in and take over Odegaard.
Yeah, but don't worry, guys. He'll come good at Christmas because he wraps the balls. So
You know?
don't worry.
Oh, he wraps the ball well. He wraps the ball well. Yeah.
And
So
his
we're
search
sorted.
and
I'd
destroyer.
love
Isn't he? Call of
Odegaard to
Duty in
find
that.
some sort of form.
He won't be able to
Honestly.
play over Christmas. He'll be open.
That's it. He'll be wrapping
I
balls.
love Odegaard
Yeah, that's the thing. He'll be
to
wrapping
find
balls.
some
He'll be
form.
wrapping balls.
God, his club, man. I swear to God.
Wraps the ball well.
Wraps the ball well. He's a search and destroyer.
Do you know
What is that?
another problem though, guys? Do you know another problem is the centre? People ain't going to say this, but it's the centre half positions because Gabriel's coming back from a horrific hamstring injury, and he plays the way he plays football.
Yeah.
That's worrying.
He
And
won't be able to hold himself back.
we have still only got Kivior really as backup.
And Saliba doesn't want to be here.
Saliba will be gone in January. He's going to PSG.
Timber's not right. Will he be back at all?
Timber's
At the full
not
fitness?
right. Ben White.
Ben White
No.
won't be right. And
You don't
Lewis
trust
Skelly's
Ben
not a
White
left back.
anyway. You don't trust
Lewis
Ben
Skelly
White
was getting
anyway.
found out near the end of last season. He was getting found out. And it's not fair on the kid because he will make some big blunders.
I said this,
And the
Shane. I
pressure
said
will mount.
as
The
much
pressure
as
already have it in
I
front of him.
rate Skelly, I reckon he'll get
He's not a left back though. It's not fair on him. It's not fair on him.
over a full season. He's going to get found out.
Yeah, he was at the end of last season.
100%. But you see it last season. He was making silly mistakes. He was giving away free kicks, penalties.
Going forward, he's fine.
Getting
Because
yellow
he's a
card.
midfielder.
The problem is as well.
Yeah,
The problem is as well is we're going into this season with too many players that are coming back from major surgery and injuries.
People don't
That's
seem
the
to
problem.
see that no.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen when we go into the season. You're going to find out come Christmas, right, you're going to see how these guys drop like flies. Yeah, as I said, apart from Norgard, he'd be busy wrapping balls for people.
Honestly, I mean, we have got the start of our season. Our fixture list is just unbelievable, and we have to get off to a good start because, I can by the end of September going into October, it could be curtains. The league could be over by the middle of October.
Oh, 100%. It could be over by September. I'm not even joking. And there's only 6 fixtures in between there. And I'm literally, just as you make the point, I always like to get things up on screen.
We could be 9 points. We could be 9 points behind. You know, I mean,
I'll get that question, Amfrap. One sec. I will come back to these questions. But yeah, there you go.
Look at
After
this.
Newcastle, bruv. After Newcastle, there is a feasible reality where we get about 10 points and everyone else has got 6 or 8.
And you've got Champions League games in between them.
Yeah.
I mean, look at October. Look, 3 London derbies. West Ham we've lost at home the last 2 seasons. Fulham away has been horrific.
Well, we drew there last season. We lost
Palace at home.
Yeah.
Palace at home. Okay, but that's always difficult. But then you got 3. So Nottingham Forest at home is not going to be easy. Man City, no. Newcastle away. Do we ever do well at St James's Park? No, because the manager's got our number.
You literally write that game off. That and the Anfield one you can write off. You can write them off as loss.
Yeah.
Right. And then that October, then, if we have lost, say, 3 games, 2 games and drawn 2 and we're miles behind, October looks like a nightmare then. It suddenly looks like an absolute nightmare.
And then look at the end of November, Shane. Look, Spurs and Chelsea.
Yeah. Villa twice in the same month. They always do us.
So it could easily be over by Christmas.
Yeah. I think it'd be over before then. Honestly,
someone put this question in there, and I know there were questions before it, but because this one's the most easy and relevant, I will get to all of them. But yeah, first 10 games, how many wins are you expecting? I mean,
1,
Leeds, Forest. 2. I mean, surely we've got to get 2 wins in October, maybe. Surely, but
4, maybe 4.
I'm going 5 tops.
Yeah. 5 max.
Well, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games.
10
draws in there.
10 games.
10 games.
Draws in there.
Wow.
I'm going 5 wins and probably 2 draws.
Yeah,
Sunderland away is a horrific place to. Is that midweek? Sunderland away.
Yeah, but that's match day 11. So
that's 11.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And
I know 4 wins. 4
Yeah.
wins, maybe.
Yeah, you got 2. You got 2 away games there. Burnley, Sunderland, Yeah.
Given our draw record last season, it could be even less. It could be 3 or 4 draws.
West Ham will
I don't
fancy
know.
a point.
It's not
They
going to be
always
pretty.
come and
It's not going to be
frustrate.
pretty anyway.
Yeah.
I have a bad
Wait,
feeling about United.
Do you know what? Yeah, do you know what? It's funny you said it because that is, I know it's so easy to say, but that opening game is so pivotal to the way we start because
Yeah.
if
that
we
sets
go
the
there and
tone.
get beat, all of a sudden, I know this is obvious anyway, but I'm saying it, but people will understand what I'm saying. All of a sudden, we are backs against the wall. There's absolute pressure on that Leeds game. I know it's at home, but there is a truck
They will
ton
be
of
up for
pressure
it,
then
man.
on that League's game. Exactly right, 150%. Their first away ground coming back to the Premier League. They'll be bang up for that, and then you got Liverpool. But I will flip that and just sort of say, if we was to go to Manchester United and put in a performance and beat them 2-0, there is also that reverse bit where the Leeds game, it almost becomes like, right,
Yeah.
sweet, we're 1 win out of 1. You go with
Yeah.
a bit of confidence to that Leeds game.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and
Maybe
then you're
obviously
probably and then the Liverpool game.
Yeah.
I think we're probably
It's not as
the chance
desperate,
are
is it,
the
Norm?
chance. Yeah, it's not as desperate. The chances are we might end up getting a draw there, but
Yeah.
I think with the players that they've got, we could end up losing that game. But I knew we drew with them
It's
at the
real
last game of the
pivotal, isn't
season,
it?
but they're taking the foot off the gas anyway. But
Yeah.
No, they would have smashed us if that meant something.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
real
I mean,
pivotal
yeah.
game, that
It
Manchester
is.
United one, because
yeah.
It's huge.
I,
Yeah, it's
I
huge.
even think a draw, it ain't good enough. You go there and you
Nope.
win, then you know it's sort of funny. You don't buy points, but if you go Manchester United and win, you're like, yeah, I could see Arsenal getting 7 points out of them first 3. You probably finish with 6, but you know you'd be a little bit more upbeat, wouldn't you? Yeah, go to Liverpool, see if
The
we
thing
can
is, though,
pass to
Aaron,
the draw.
if we do go and draw,
But-
draw with United and even beat Leeds, if Liverpool win their first 2 and then beat us, they're 5 points. 5 points there already. 5 points there already.
Shane, this is exactly what we're saying. Then we go to Nottingham Forest. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You get the points there, but then you got Manchester City and Newcastle. I mean,
Forest on
I'm
the
looking at
counter-attack,
them
man.
two.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, they're no mugs. It depends if they're the Forest of last season or the Forest of the season before. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, like obviously in terms of the wins, you'd look at that with all due respect to Nottingham Forest. When you're looking at Newcastle away, Manchester City at home, and then Forest at home, we're not being, pigs in saying that you'd probably see Nottingham Forest as your most realistic 3 points.
I do see us losing to City, and I see us losing to Newcastle as well, which then makes October an absolute nightmare. If we have 2 losses on the spin, or even just 1 point out of the 2 games,
we could be out of it. Well, you think, and I've done this on my shows before. If let's just say worst case scenario, because I've flipped it and said best case scenario. Best case scenario, we get 7 points out of August, and then we go into September 10. Then you look at Man City and you think, do you know what? If you get a draw there at Man City and Newcastle, even still both, if you picked up 10 points from your opening 4 games, it's not the worst thing in the world to get 2 points out of Manchester City at home. So you're like, all right, cool. That's 12 points out of your possible 18 and some bastard fixtures negotiated. That's all well and good. I'd be happy, very happy with that, to be fair. Not ecstatic, but I'd be happy with it. But when you flip it and then to the negative side and you go, all right, well, yeah, let's say run with the loss to Manchester United. And then let's just say even you get a win at Leeds, but then you lose to Liverpool and you got 3 points there. And let's just say you get the Nottingham Forest 3 points, so you got 6. And then like quite rightly you said, Shane, you lose to Manchester City and Newcastle. That's 6 points out of 18. Let's just say even you get a draw at Man City, that's 7 points. Like, that is title. Bye. Ta-la.
Yeah,
see you later.
unbelievable.
Absolutely.
because we have to remember that City and Liverpool will both probably have come out of the blocks. We're not chasing one team.
Yeah.
So when you're chasing one team, you can stay within a 6 point thing, and then they'll lose one and you catch them. When you're chasing 2, one of them is going to fucking win. Like, and then that's discounting Newcastle coming out of the blocks. That's discounting Chelsea coming out of the blocks. You know what I mean? Our chance was last season. Our chance was just like when Leicester won the league. That was our chance. And last season was the chance. I think now we've just fallen too far behind. And these guys are bringing in players that they don't need to start. They don't need to start their new signings. All of our new signings have to fucking land right on their feet. And the odds of that happening are very slim. 2 of them are coming from different countries. Yes, Gyökeres played in the Championship, so he's played in England, but the Premier League's a different beast. Look at the last 2 years, the 3 teams that come up have got spiked back down, right? So we need all these people to hit the ground running, where Liverpool can go. They might even start first game. You don't know if they'll even start them. They have a top midfield. They might edge them in the way we should be doing with Super.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? they might wait for their first home game, or they might, wait for maybe the third game, bring them on as the sub twice, then start them. The way all big managers do. We have Gyökeres straight in. We'll have Zubamendi straight in. We could even have Madueke straight. Well, he's played for Chelsea, I know, but it's still a new team. You know what I mean? And we're acting like, will Gabriel be fit? Oh, yeah, as the gal said, he said he'd be fit. No. He said he's ready to go. Match fit is a big fucking difference, mate. A big difference. So, listen, I look at that and it terrifies me. That terrifies me looking at that fixture list.
Yeah.
Big up Martin Tapp, man.
Yeah, big up Martin, man. Big up BBK Sports in the building as well. Big up to
Yeah,
every
BBK,
single one of you.
here he is.
We
Big
got every
up
single
Susan
one of you.
Fink.
Taryn, I see you messaged me. I haven't ignored it. I see that late or early this morning, sorry, and I've been a little bit busy. I will get back to you.
The Leeds game
friend.
worries me because we never perform well first home game of the season. And what you've got to remember, Leeds are going to go there, and that's one of the big guns out the way early in the season. So they've got no
free hit.
It's a free hit. It's a free hit because they've got the rest of the season to recover. It's not as if they've got Arsenal sort of in April and they're struggling for points. They can get that game out the way, win, lose or draw. They can just get it out the way and they've still got the whole season left. So and they're going to take a big crowd and they're going to be vocal. Their first away game of the season, going to the Emirates, they're going to be absolutely up for that. And we don't necessarily perform first game of the season. We're not really on it. So that bothers me. That could be a draw. Don't be surprised if that's not a draw. First home game.
0-1 or something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be hard.
Like my geezer Darren says, just quickly, if it's over by Christmas, would that be classed as an improvement? I mean, it wouldn't be any worse.
Well, it would be. Technically, it would be, because it was over by Halloween this year.
It would be a step up, as Kyle said, it's over by Halloween.
Yeah. That is no good,
if we throw away anything less than 10 leads, it's an improvement.
Well, everyone's going for similar sort of points here. Jay, real one. He said, he said 9, I think. Obviously, here you've got, you know what I mean? Wow, yeah. I mean, that's
pretty much what I was. That's what
only,
as well.
I mean, if we can,
everyone's going for similar.
Yeah, but Aaron, I mean, if we can hang on in now to April, our running, because everyone was moaning about the start of the league. Look at our running. It's pretty good. No disrespect, but we've got Fulham, Burnley, Palace in May. Those teams might not have nothing to play for. So if we can hang on in there,
they probably have more to play for than us.
Big up, Richie.
Yeah. I can't see us being in and around.
Yeah, and that's just where we're at, isn't it? Go on, sorry.
Big up the revolution, man. Big up Rashid.
Yeah, big up Rashid.
Yeah,
come on, man. I'll give our keys for
you know what though?
Over there, man.
That's another question I'd like. How many Arsenal fans with their hands on their heart realistically think we can win the Premiership? And if they're like that, then obviously they don't trust the manager.
Anyone in the chat? Anyone in the chat? Yes or no?
Arteta's Paul Army said his expectation is to challenge or to compete in the league and to compete.
If you're 100% behind the manager, you should be saying we're going to win the league hands down. No,
let's put it in a poll. Do you think
he's had 5 years? He's had 5 years. We've got Gyökeres. We've got Zubamendi. We should win the league, no problem. If you're sitting there going, well, I don't think I'm not sure, then obviously we needed a new manager. Because after 5 years, with all this money spent and with the players we've got, you should be turning around and saying, yeah, we're going to win it hands down, no problem. Easy.
Yeah. I'll put a poll up. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to the poll.
I'm not.
We've got yes, no, or are you taking the piss?
I fancy us to win one of the cups if he takes it seriously enough.
Yeah, and we get a new manager once he's sacked. Do you know what? Yes. Honestly, I believe this. If we had a new manager come in, and we did get off decent players in there, I'd fancy us if we were still in it to nick a little Carling Cup or you know what I mean, do something.
Domestic Cup double,
Champions League. Yeah, I honestly would. I've said it plenty of times before. I'd at least have more hope. Do you know what I mean? Because I believe in the fucking Tooth Fairy more than I do Mikel Arteta. I do. I don't believe in a man so little as much as I believe in Mikel Arteta. so little as I believe him.
I've
Honestly,
said it
it's
before.
ridiculous.
There's too much evidence of failure than what there is success.
That's it.
Yeah,
You can find all the failure there is, and it's not us being negative. It's facts. Semi-finals lost. You know, the way we crashed out of the Europa Cup, the way we European Cup semi-final. You know,
Chucked away 8 point,
Carabao Cup,
8
FA
point
Cup,
lead.
throwing away 8-point leads. You know, there's all this evidence of failure, but there's very little evidence of success. But there are going to be fans that say, yeah, but we finished runners up. That's better. Look where we were.
Or we're competing.
Yeah, we were fifth.
We're just in it to compete. Not just not worry about winning trophies. Let's just be in there.
Where were we? I was seeing Aubameyang ball out. I was seeing Lacazette do madness. I was seeing Guendouzi run the midfield. That's where we were. I was seeing Martinelli playing down the centre and smashing in goals for fun.
Facts.
Yeah.
And here we are, 5 years on. Oh, look, we need a striker. More chance of Aaron wearing trousers.
I know. Fucking yeah. Like I said, in the last, I think maybe now 3 or 4 years, I think it's been the only time I've worn trousers have been at 3 weddings, and I've asked of the bride and the groom to not wear trousers at both all the reception and then afterwards, and it was like, oh no, like, can you keep it? I was like, for fuck's sake. I just hate wearing them. Absolutely hate it. -10. I've sat at the Emirates, honestly, -10 for the last few seasons. Can't think what game it was. It might have been Man City New Year's Day or somewhere like that. I can't think what it was, but it was about -8, I think, maybe there. And I've had -10. I still refuse to wear them. I adequately dress up top.
When I met you at the Emirates, that night game was absolutely freezing, and you bowled up in your shorts.
Yeah, I've refused to wear them, mate. I've refused, and I promise with you, I'm not joking with you. Do you know at the end of an interview when I've got it done 2 years ago, and they ask, have you got any questions left? And you ask your little ones. I always ask, do I have to wear trousers or can I wear shorts? And I've said no to many, some very well paid jobs because they won't let me wear shorts. I'm like, I'm not really interested. Cool, no problem. What's the point if you're not comfortable in something, innit? I don't care. Money's a couple of quid, man. I can imagine being uncomfortable for 8 hours. No one wants to go to work anyway, let alone being uncomfortable for fucking 8 hours. And I'll just refuse. I'm like, all right, cool, no problem. Sweet, innit? I'll go get a job somewhere else. And then I'll just become my own boss and wear the fuck what I want.
Nompski?
Nompski. Not for me.
Yeah.
Can he go with you on a Sunday morning wearing shorts?
Yeah, man. He's welcome.
As long as as long as I'm welcome with Normski, that's all that matters. I don't care about anything.
I'll get him up there to preach as well.
Yeah, well, in the old shorts, isn't it, mate? Do you know what I mean?
Norms. He don't turn anyone away.
Get the old pins out, innit? I love it.
Got to love a bit of Norms.
Big up to Suge quickly, brother. Come on. Save the money for the merch, Suge. 34 Premier League games. And he said, imagine this, of course. 34. Let me read this properly, for fuck's sake. Imagine this. 34 Premier League games starting between midnight and 1 a.m. for us Australian gooners. Big up to you, brother. Costing us 200 quid to watch, or $200 it would be, wouldn't it? Yet we expect mid results, bruv. Everyone's getting fleeced. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what? And I always like it when you put things like this in, because for us, we always just sort of think, yeah, England, we get taken a piss off, but the rest of the world gets taken the absolute piss out of. And I love it when you bring things like this up, Suge, because it's a nice, timely reminder that it's not just the match going fan or the fan base in England or that's in UK. It is everyone. Like, I sometimes I can't be asked to go to the games because it's pissed me off and it's frustrating, but you've got to get up at stupid o'clock in the morning and then go to work. You know what I mean? And then go about your daily business. And do you know what I mean? Like you said, getting up at 1:30 a.m., but the game lasts for 2+ hours. So that's 3:30 a.m. You might have to get up at 6 for your work. Do you know what I mean? That's 2-3 hours sleep. So big up to you, man. And big up to everyone else across the world that supports and follows Arsenal Football Club and gets up at stupid, crazy times, paying stupid, crazy amounts to watch this average football club operate. Big up to every single one of you across the globe, wherever you are. Sophie's saying, how would your midfield work? And you've asked and answered, yeah, straight in the nutshell, yeah. Zubi 6, Rice left 8, and Gostergaard. No Shodegaard. Yeah, that's mad. 414 mil, Sophie. 414 million, and all we've got to show for it is Declan Rice being played out of position, Zubimendi, you ain't kicked him in the Premier League, and Odegaard, who's regressed for the last 2 seasons. Only at Arsenal.
But your league position, the league position will cover all of that up.
Yeah.
14 second, beating Real Madrid will cover all of the everything covered up.
Do you know what? I was just going to say no to this, Jay, quickly. But do you know what? If it meant Callum Wilson comes in and it also meant Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz left, then absolutely, I actually would take that. But more so, obviously, to just get the other two out, 100%. We just need to get rid of them two. Absolutely, 100%. We've had this sat here for a while, and I let one of you guys take this one. Question: as long-term Arsenal fans, which manager would you want to implement the Arsenal way, whatever you feel that is? At the moment, you've failed. Gauss phase 1 is still culture.
The Arsenal way. Well, the Arsenal way is winning things, isn't it? The Arsenal way is winning trophies. The Arsenal way, I mean, we was built on the FA Cup. You know, FA Cup was kind of like a given, really. Any manager that's going to come in with a track record of winning, of being a winner, and knows what it's like in big games, in big moments, to change things to get us over the line. I said I'd love Zidane. I would like Zidane at the club. I think Zidane, the way he plays, the football he plays, how he played as a footballer, the way his team played, I'd like Zidane. If there was an opportunity to get someone like Zidane, I don't know what the rest of the panel think.
I mean, Zidane, Enrique, anybody but Arteta.
No, if it is the Arsenal way, if this is just a hypothetical that you'll just get them, it would be Luis Enrique. Yeah, I think that the guy's just pure class.
Yeah,
wins with style. Keeps the players happy. They all want to play for him. They all play great football. But yeah, Zidane, Inzaghi. I'd even take Nagelsmann. At this point, I'd take anyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only one I wouldn't take is Sean Dyche, because Arteta is just a Spanish Sean Dyche anyway. He's just Sean Dyche with hair and a tan.
Yeah,
that's all. But one of those winners, one of those proven winners that carry themselves well. A proven winner that carries himself well. That the last thing he wants to do is press conferences. That he doesn't enjoy press conferences. That he's just like, oh God, here we go. Arteta's the only manager in history Mourinho probably liked them too. But you know, I just want a real manager, a manager with class, carries himself well, plays good football and wins. I know I'm just pretty much saying everything, and the ones that fall
and takes accountability.
Takes accountability, says that wasn't good enough. I made a mistake. Yeah. And you know, so I want
the shape of the
Enrique sit down.
Someone that's not going to make excuses.
Yeah,
all the time.
You know, someone that's just going to hold his hands up and say, "Look, I got it wrong. I should have made substitutions earlier. I should have changed it. Should have done this. Should have done that." Instead of that, it's
someone that learns from his mistakes. Someone that learns from his mistakes.
Yeah, he doesn't learn, does he?
Doesn't double down.
Just quickly, how has he regressed? Obviously, I'm assuming you mean no Odegaard. When he won Player of the Season before last, it's very simple. This one, he was actually very, very, very good in the 22-23 season. Yeah. I think he registered, was it like 10 goals, 15 assists, or maybe the other way around, 15 goals.
15 goals, 10 assists.
Yeah, that's it. Fair news. The season after that, he didn't do as well as that. And last season, he didn't do as well as that. So by actual definition, every season for the last two seasons, he's regressed. It really ain't wrong.
And he won what? Arsenal player of the year? It wasn't player of the year, it was Arsenal.
Everyone was shit.
Who votes for that?
Who votes for that? Idiots.
The idiot fans who watched a few highlight reels.
It was not difficult. Was he as good as the season before? No. Okay, the last season before, was he as good as that? No. That's literally the definition.
Don't use the injury thing, by the way. He was muck up before the injury, and when he came back from the injury, when he was forced back from the injury, by the way, when he was sent away to play for Norway, and they sent him home and said, "No, you're still injured," and then he started the Arsenal game 5 days later. Even if he was still injured, and he was getting painkiller injections, apparently, that doesn't affect your decision making. That doesn't make you pass the ball backwards all the time. That doesn't make you run away from the ball.
He's not got no excuses though. Because if we get a Mad Wakey or even Rodrygo and Star Boys on the right, Mad Wakey's on the left, Gyökeres is up top, well, then there we go. Odegaard's going to score 15 goals and he's going to get 20 assists, isn't he? Because now he's got no excuses.
He needs to find them.
Yeah, that's it. There's going to be no excuses left. This is the season of no excuses. That's that. There's none left. Next season, 25-26, is the season of no excuses, mate. There's none left for all of these so-and-sos. What we're saying. Like, there we go. There's one more question here that we got, and it was from Joe, I believe, man. I'm sure. Let me have a little goosey. I'm sure it's from Joe. I'm sure it was from Joe. Or have I just... I think it's a DJB. Are you impressed with the midfield options going into next season as things stands? I think I know what he's going to say.
No, not really. I'm impressed with Rice. Zubamendi's like for like. He's not going to be that ultra creative midfield player. And I've said it all along. I think we need an absolute creative midfield player. We need someone that's going to get the ball, run from deep, open teams up that play a low block, commit defenders. And we haven't got that. We've got midfield that just plays in front of the back four, passing it sideways, and too defensive. We need a couple of we need an Eze in there. We need a Rodgers in there. They're the sort of players we need. Someone exciting. We haven't got no one exciting in midfield. No one that's going to lift you off your seat. We haven't got a Merson and Rocastle. There's just no one in there. You have a look at our midfield, and it's exactly the same as last season. The only thing different is Zubamendi. Other than that, it's pretty much the same.
And the odds of him having the same effect as the other lad last season, he'd have to have the best season he's ever had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Zubamendi has got to play out of his absolute skin to.
That's what I mean. If he's going to match what the other lad did last season, he has the best season.
And the thing is with the Zubamendi signing as well, Joseph, is that Rice is still going to have to put the hard yards in like he did last season.
Have to double.
Rice will still be running around covering every blade of grass, playing an 8, playing a 6, getting on the edge of the box, trying to make things happen. He will play exactly the same way as he did last season. Whereas if he had an attacking midfield player alongside him, someone that's going to open the game up, then you might see a different Rice. But it ain't going to change much. You're not going to see.
If Rice gets injured, you've got Moreno coming in.
Yeah, you got Moreno and Zubamendi.
Big problem.
Big problem.
That's a big problem.
No legs whatsoever. He ain't going to get around.
Moreno and Zubamendi. I mean, come on.
And
Norgard.
Fucking Norgard.
And even if he doesn't get injured, even if Royce picks up a few yellow cards and he misses one game,
people are saying, "Oh yeah, but when you've been used to looking at Alexis Sanchez, Merson, all these ballers, Perez's and all of that." And you're telling me Norgard and Moreno and Zubamendi's the answer to lift us
when we had Vieira and Gilberto Silva, if one of them was out, Edu came in. Edu could have gotten any team at the time. Edu was class. And then Ray Parder could come into the centre midfield if you had to.
Exactly.
You had players to come in all the time. Players to come in. Norgard.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sophie on Zubamendi. I mean, we don't know how Zubamendi's going to adapt to the Premiership, do we? He could be a total flop.
Be a nightmare for him, I feel.
He could be a total flop. He could get caught. I'll tell you what, you will see Zubamendi do next season. He's going to get caught in possession a hell of a lot.
On the high press. Yeah, I've said that.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That
with his back
every
to
manager
his
will say the second he rolls the ball out to him, swamp him. He's not used to this. Yeah.
No, facts, honestly. They'd be all over him. Like flies around crap, I'm telling you. And he's going to get caught in possession a lot.
Yeah. Till he gets used to it.
Facts.
Rodri did when he first came.
Have we got a Cesc Fabregas in midfield next season? No. All you got to do, right?
Yeah, man, Cesc Fabregas.
All you got to do is compare this midfield to pretty much the last midfields that we've had over the 10 seasons. And none of these midfield players would get into hardly any of our midfield gone past, would they?
Mm-hmm.
Probably Rice might do. Rice might
have a look.
Other than that, no.
Yeah,
Crazy.
big up Sava, man. Go and support a bit of Sava over there at Spurs. Can you lot take a second? Hold on, he's saying. Hold on, Aaron, for fuck's sake, Savsan. You think your transfer window's rough? Try having Daniel Levy in charge.
Oh,
You
is
know
this
what?
the Sev?
Yeah. Big up Sava. Everyone go over and give him
Football heritage. Big up, Sev, man.
But I'll tell you what, you don't get much better as a Spurs fan than Sav. I do like him very much.
I do
He's
like
cool
Sav.
geezer. We're pretty similar.
Yeah, he calls
in
him
the way we look
out.
at
He
football.
calls him out. He calls him out.
Yeah,
He calls him out.
No, he's good stuff. He is, Sav. And yeah, to be fair, Daniel Levy has not been kind to you. I see you've been linked, obviously, initially with the Eze thing.
Should have kept Conte. Should have kept Conte.
Yeah. I think so. Though to be fair, the football he was playing was a bit stinky. They weren't happy. You boys weren't happy with him. I actually don't know if Sav personally was or not, so I'm not going to answer him for that. But I know a lot of my Tottenham mates weren't very happy with him.
Stinky, but trophies.
But yeah, man, it can't be. It's been definitely a disappointing one for you boys. I don't know how you feel about, obviously, like if Eze does come to us. I don't know how realistic you boys were ever really in from. I know there's interest, but it's Eze. I think a lot of Premier League teams are going to be interested. Will it be a bit of a kick in the teeth if he ends up coming back to Arsenal, Sav, or was you not really interested in him anyway? If you're still here, or is it just like one of them? It is what it is. Yeah, big up, Sav, man. Yes.
I'd like to know how happy they are with the Thomas Frank. Because I've heard mixed feelings about. I mean, I rate Thomas Frank. I mean, but
yeah, I like Thomas Frank.
Be interested to see what Tottenham think about Thomas Frank.
It's a good club, isn't it? Because obviously Tottenham are a big club, and it's Thomas Frank needed to step up, didn't he? He was there. You know what he's done at Bournemouth has been Brentford has been absolutely unbelievable. Considering as well they lose their best players frequently, especially up top. You know. They've had to deal with losing Watkins and obviously Ivan Toney.
Not in for Norgard though, is he?
And, yes.
Not in for his captain. And that's funny, isn't it? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Not
that is funny.
His captain, is he?
Obviously, Sav's come back. Yeah, all I want is Kudus. That'd be a very good signing.
Yeah, we'd like Kudus.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind him there. Only we could take this long to get it done. Are you actually like proper, like in terms of talking with him, or are you just interested in with him? Just interested in him? Only for Chelsea to probably get it. Well, yeah, that happened. I'm sure was it Willian and or Havertz that done this? Not Havertz. Sorry, Hazard. I'm sure it was the Willian one. I'm sure weren't he knocking on the door of signing for you, and then at the last sort of minute ended up going to Chelsea. I'm sure that was William before he signed.
Went down there. I think he went down there. Then I think not what's his name gave him a call. Mourinho called him, and I think it was. The rest was history.
But that's not even a knock at Spurs because they done the same thing for Havertz and all. Hazard. Jesus Christ, come on, man! What two different players? I'm sure we were sort of half looking at him for Hazard, and they just blew us out the wall with that. I can't say Hazard for fuck's sake.
I mean, the problem is, guys, we could fund the Kudus deal by Madueke, and he ends up going to Chelsea.
All on board, Frank,
that's the bad thing about it, isn't it?
All on board, Thomas the Frank engine. Love it. Choo choo.
He was brilliant at the Emirates last season. Kudos, he played brilliant. Yeah, we can get the valuation sorted. Levy low balling. I mean, Levy.
It's pissing around, isn't it? Levy. There's so much pissing around. Look, we do that all the time, just pissing around, sending in transfer fees. We all know, say Kudus is available. I think he's got a release clause of 80 million, hasn't he? But I'm sure they're willing to sell him at a cut sort of fee or something like that. I keep seeing like 50 million lingering around. So let's just say that is the fee. Stop pissing around with 25s and 30s. And I'm not saying that Spurs are, but you kind of get what I'm saying is someone's there. If you're going to try lowball, go a 10% under or something like that. Don't go 50% under.
You do a swapsy though, can't you, with West Ham? You do a swap deal, can't you? We can give them Fabio Vieira. They can have Fabio and we'll have Kudos and some money. Why not?
Job done. Everyone's a winner, Sav. Isn't it? Everyone's a winner there.
Come on.
Yeah. It is frustrating though. I do get it for Spurs because my best mates, twins, and the pair of them bastards. One of them, Adam, was actually in what do you call it, stadium, Bilbao, for the cup. He was one of them that was terrorising, absolutely terrorizing me. He was ringing me absolutely constantly about when they were winning that European Cup. And he's constantly saying to me and whinging me down the phone about the transfer, the way you operate, man. It's no good. So I sort of do sort of understand. We offer 50 million, but here is the comedy. We offer them 12 million add-ons if we win the league or the CL.
Come on, Sav, man.
Yeah.
Surely not.
Nah, that's
You're
mad,
like us,
mate.
Sav. You ain't winning the league, man. You can't. You can't be doing deals like that.
Fucking achievable add-ons. I mean, come on, man. Jesus Christ. It's us laughing here. We ain't won a European trophy for 31 years. But you kind of catch the drift. Winning the CL, just, do you know what I mean? Yeah, that's an absolute no-go. But that's madness, stuff, man.
They'll do better in the league next season, those Spurs.
Oh, they can't do much fucking worse, to be fair.
They'll be relegated.
Yeah. Nah, Sav, big up to you, mate. I don't know whether I haven't seen you on Never a Foul for a little bit. I know you do your show in the mornings and all of that, but if we're still running ahead at Thursday morning and all that, I'll be looking forward to jumping back on screen with you, my friend. And yeah, take care, my friend. I will catch up with you very soon. And we will actually also bring the stream to a close. And it's actually something that I said to all the boys last night, and I want to say it to my audience now. Firstly, absolutely fantastic. There's been 228 of you in the building pretty much throughout. Absolutely wicked, Sav. Buzzing, man. Look forward to that, my friend. Absolutely wicked, man. 228 of the world-class chat. I absolutely love every single one of the effort, every single bit of the effort, every single one of you put into watching the show, supporting the channel, and listening to what us old gits have got to say. Do you know what I mean? I absolutely love it. If you could just do me one little cheeky favor and just smash that like button on the stream, it'd mean the world to me. And if you don't want to do that, that's cool. Just please, as long as you guys can subscribe to DJB, subscribe to Shane, and subscribe to Normski. The links are pinned in the chat. If you could just do that for me, if you're not going to smash that like button, that would be unbelievable. In terms of what I've got coming up, and then we'll run around the panel. I said it last night. I've got big shoes to fill because I will be replacing the absolute legendary, the world-class Dan Potts on Straight Facts on the Football Terrace. So I will be there with LB and Terry every Tuesday, 3:30, 4:45-ish. So that's set in stone now. I'll be there tomorrow. So make sure you come over there and give us all a little watch. I need some help in that chat from Real Ones because he's got some fuckers in that chat. So I need all the support I can get.
I'm just going to observe, Aaron. Don't you worry about that.
Come on, my chat. Get over there and give me some support because there are some wank stains in that chat. I can promise you that. But I'm looking forward to it anyway, regardless. Spitting my facts onto all other channels. And then that, DJB, what have you got coming up, my friend?
I'm actually getting out of work early tomorrow, so I'm going to do a quick stream on my show tomorrow about 3:00. Then I'm on with Dan Potts, the legendary Dan Potts, on the roundabout. And then I'll probably be on with DG on Wednesday if I get the call. Me and Kenny Ken haven't got together on that yet because we've been working and bits and bobs going on. So the deluded on Wednesday. And that's about it, really. And then the weekend comes up, and during the summer, I like to keep the weekends pretty free, apart from a Sunday sit-back session, which is a Sunday night. Sometimes I have guests on. Sometimes I just feel like chatting to the chat. So we'll see, my friend. But no, big up, Aaron, for having me on. Always a pleasure to share the screen with the legendary Shane and Normski. And the chat, and I love the Monday evenings. Thank you very much, my friend, and big up to everyone. Thank you.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. DJB, it's always an honor to have you on here, just like it's an honor to have my brother Shane on here as well, my friend. What have you got coming up?
Thanks for having me on. Big up, of course, to DJB and Normski in the chat. So I'll be back tomorrow morning for the full Irish, of course, every morning, 10:30, never fail. And then tomorrow night, I have Clean Through 1-on-1 with Views. That's a 8:30, I think. And then with Jezza, I think at 6 maybe tomorrow. I think it's 6. I'll have to check my calendar.
Nice.
And then Wednesday, obviously the full Irish again. Then Thursday will be the Bruised Banana panel show. And then I'll be in and around panels, I'd imagine, in between that. But the main one will be the full Irish. And then next week with DJB, for the second
Forgot.
episode of the retro
I
show, man.
forgot,
The
my
retro
friend. How
show.
can we
We
forget
had
the
an
retro show?
absolute,
It was
we had an
buzzing.
absolute ball
good.
doing it today. We had an absolute
Cool,
ball. I've
yeah.
already set up the link for it on
Yeah,
my
you
channel.
got to
make
get
sure
on
you
the
hit
retro,
notification.
guys. It's all the retro
After
kits.
we will be going through some of the kits that were mentioned. We had an absolute ball today doing it, and we were talking today on the phone, and we're like, this is just never ending the amount we can get into this. But yeah, it's a big up to everybody. Just go in, hit the notification for the Full Irish tomorrow, hit the notification for the retro show, and hit the notification for Clean True 1-on-1 tomorrow night. Yeah, busy man.
Buzzing, man. And yeah, no, it's always a pleasure to have you on. Just like it is my absolute pleasure to have Normski on every single week, man.
Yeah,
It's a panel that I enjoy going, and having Normski on it puts that extra smile on my face. Come on, man.
Mate.
Thank you very much
No.
for your time as always, Norms.
No, big up, man. Big up to the panel. Big up to the world-class chat using the words of Aaron. And yeah, it's a great show tonight. Always look forward to these Monday night shows. And yeah, so on Wednesday, I have the What's Going On podcasts where we delve into the transfer window, what our various clubs are doing. So look out for that. That's at 6:30. And then obviously on the Thursday, the Brewers Banana show. And then on the Friday, we've got the phone-in show. And then every now and again, I get an invite to DJ B's Sunday night chill out. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
it's good. And then we go full circle. We go again. But
That's
it's
it.
great getting around to the different houses. And I always look forward to breakfast in the morning. So I'll be looking forward to the full Irish breakfast tomorrow. I'm sure he's gonna be throwing those bullets out, chucking those grenade bombs in there. So I'll be definitely looking out for that. You know what I mean? So it's an honor. I mean, whilst I'm working outside, I've got him on the side there. And yeah, we're there. So yeah, big up to everybody. Big up to the chat as well.
Yeah, come on, man. Nah, and like I said, yeah, just a second bit of thanks to every single one that's been watching, every single one that came, every single one that's still here, every single one that we're watching on catch up. Absolutely world class. Yeah, every single one of you. Well, everyone that's donated. Yeah, that makes a massive deal because it can get stuff to improve the channel, a bit of green screen, and get these wonderful shirts. You know what I mean? I'll be putting them on. You know, the bit of the Burkamp and the Vieira. We've got Campbell in the back and Robert Perez, of course. Come on, man. Proper world-class players there.
Proper players.
And yeah, everyone who commented, everyone who put a question in there, absolutely world-class. And we will love you and leave you as always.
Stay safe, everyone. Bless.
Big up. Boom. Double boom. Arteta out. Everyone out. Boom.